cannot be.
You have to know.
No, you don't actually have to know your alignment. Sometimes you don't. Depending on how she's fighting, he might not know his alignment.
What the fuck?
So technically, I cannot be a cleric. If clerics can't be true neutral if they choose true neutral. Those are druids.
Yes.
Yeah. So because I was forcibly changed to true neutral, the only caveat that allowed me to stay a fucking cleric.
But you can go back to being good. You just have to.
But I don't want to now that I'm true
to,
neutral. Literally, the whole point of being true neutral is to not want to be good or evil.
I'm not gonna leave you behind. I'm gonna change his alignment.
See, that's what has to happen. Somebody has to steer me towards good. Naturally, on my own, I'm not gonna go there. Naturally, on my own, I'm gonna stay neutral.
What the fuck are you doing?
All right, so.
What?
Atonement. You dare cast atonement on me. It's nothing to atone for. It was a magical shift.
That's what
you catch it? No, it does. My spirit got to catch it.
Unless if you act in a way that's very unceremonious.
I want to remind you that I am part of a fire god, and I will fucking burn you. Just gonna leave it at that. No, don't you dare catch atonement on me.
I could have swore that.
Hasn't even started the game yet. Recapping, we're already threatening each other.
Yep. We talked about this briefly when we were talking about next game. I was like, that's how Ozra met 95% of her past people. She just threatened their lives.
The burden from his deeds.
Seems to be an ongoing thing.
I truly want to repent. If he's the only creature who can be evil acts and willing you felt. If I don't want to, which I don't.
She said Ozra's favorite pastime was drawing blades on her teammates. And I was like, oh, wow, Seren has that in common. Threw a dagger at the guest, pulled the sword on Thunnel, and definitely almost killed Norhig for beating on the door. So Seren's not above threatening her people with her weapons.
I'm now technically carrying.
There's no curse removed. There's nothing. I am just as if I've always been neutral.
2 chains.
So you
have. Those are
technically
whips.
Yeah, those are considered whips.
And then I have a
I forgot.
super evil whip.
You got the Kratos whips.
You got the Kratos
right.
whips.
2 chains.
Oh my god.
I have to change my designation.
Oh,
you're 2 chains now, aren't you?
2 chains tunnel.
Fuck me, I knew it! 2 tunnel! Why did you do that?
That's great.
2 chains tunnel, right? Oh, dog, you got a bad game, baby.
TCT.
Tunnel.
You have the worst game ever, man!
Tunnel. 2 chains. The red. Tunnel, or as people like to call him, 2 chains.
Why do you have the name 2 chains? Crank. Oh shit.
Infamous arsonist of.
I still want to have some fucking raps I got.
I think they're just raps.
We don't have a mage, unfortunately, that can help you with that.
Oh, detect magic.
Detect magic can only determine if the items are magical, and even if it's
Can't you be
ritual.
the
It is
school?
done.
It actually can.
It is done.
It
It
is
has
done.
been accepted and changed.
Perfect. Do we need recap or are we?
Recap it. Of course.
Okay, let's see if I
We'll
got
send
this.
it.
It's been a long week for me, man. And I have to do it?
You're the scribe.
Okay. Where do we start out?
By the way, there's a nameplate coming in 2 weeks that says the scribe on it. It's definitely for
Fuck
you.
me.
That's great.
Now you're responsible, buddy.
Give me a minute. I can do this.
Yeah, you got it.
I'll help you with
It's
the
like
starting point.
it's one of those triangle
We
ones.
started
where you can just put
after
it
we got done playing games with Lady Luck and
Oh.
woke up in the inn.
So we woke up in the inn. I thought you were all sleeping at the office, but you weren't.
Bring it on time!
We just getting started.
Oh, I am solid.
Yeah!
Hello. I guess I'll go this way.
Welcome in. How was the event?
Whatever you do.
Well, I don't even know what you were doing, but how was the event? Did you dress nice?
It was good.
It's a nice dress, by the way.
You look
Stupid
tired. Are you
dress.
okay?
Yeah.
You sure? You look winded.
I'm very winded.
She was running to her car saying, I'm leaving. Goodbye. It was great
They
seeing
were
you."
like, okay guys, like, have a nice evening everyone. Good to see you all. And I was like, bye!
It's like, I got shit to do, people.
I had to 2 more coming in. You gotta wait.
Riley?
Oh!
because it is St. Patty's Day.
Absolutely.
I figured we will all cheers.
I don't know why I'm something Greek today. I'll just say if I was.
Hey, listen.
Cheers.
From a distance.
Air tank.
Air tank.
Air tank.
Unfortunately, the word tank and tink tink mean something totally different to my wife.
Tink tink. Ah, you got it too. Hell yeah.
Tink.
Do you need more dice or are you?
No, I brought all my shit. I just meant I had one like physically in my purse.
I don't know what the fuck is going on, but knock it off!
So I walked in and he was like,
Everyone chill out!
okay, so like,
Christ,
you
that was
upset? Do you need to talk? And I was like, no, I'm fine. And he's like,
Poor little Tink Tink.
are you sure? It makes a rather bold statement, like passion. It's like, oh my God. It's like I could finally have it back.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a joke. People listen.
This is my final alt form.
Oh my God, I thought someone was like.
I haven't showed any bucket club either. I told them that they have to come physically see me on
Literally.
Tuesday.
I'll be back in a minute.
You're good. No, I get you.
Hit his what?
He's
Just hide it in the drawer. No, he's gonna. Does he have Apple Watch?
I don't know.
Put it in that drawer behind.
I was gonna say, put it in the drawer behind you.
Flick the switch on the left side to make sure it's on silent.
Oh god, how do I?
You gotta hurry up. You're running out of time.
He might find it if someone decides to call it. If he says someone calls
Did you not silence it?
No.
When I'm going to the switch to silence it.
Yeah, I know. I don't know
Why
if you
did it
silenced
switch?
it. Did you
My
silence it?
dexterity wasn't high enough.
Best response ever!
I got 3 of my dexterity.
Sorry.
I think we lost our stride.
So by the way, Melissa took Dexter off her W and you guys were like playing. You busted out laughing like the moment he was coming back and she had just taken the harness off him. And the motherfucker bolted to your door and he heard you all laughing like, oh my God, man! And Melissa's like trying to track me. He's like, no, get back, I gotta get fucking inside.
You can always come say hi.
Forget your dice.
No, she had to get inside. She was trying to wake me up on time because my alarm had fucked up, so I was oversleeping. And then she's like, I gotta get in. It was like 8 o'clock or like 8:07.
That's funny.
He's getting a nameplate, so now he has to actually start taking.
Yeah, it's like the little triangle nameplate you can just put down in front, so it's just gonna say thus drive.
Nice.
Back
nice.
to See where we left off. The date was 11/5.
Oh dear God.
Yikes.
Alright, well just start a new page.
Doppelgangers.
No.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh. That is so good.
You were there for that?
Well, that was
Yes.
probably when we.
It was there when he killed you. He tried to save you.
Yeah, remember? Oh, yeah. I thought you noticed before that.
He was the closest one. He tried to save you.
Then I got a lot for the evil campaign. And then I sort of gave up.
That makes sense.
Really bad at taking notes.
Better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comfy clothes are
You're
on.
not hungry when you're hungry. Have a Snickers.
Okay, so we left off. We were fucking at the inn, and then we were like, oh man, what's going on? So we went over to Lady Luck's place again, and then we were like, hey, let's knock on the door. Nothing. Let's listen to the door. Breathing heavy. Let's check the door for traps. It is. Let's get rid of that. We did. Let's open the door. Or we didn't actually. We just opened the door. We opened the door. We get blasted back with wind. Or I get blasted back. You're fucking fine. Strong as an oak. Then we go inside. I heal her because I failed the perception check, and I'm just like, healing! Because last time I got yelled at, rightfully so. Justifiably. Then we checked around. We were like, what's going on? Something was taken, but everything was like moved back in place. So we don't know what. And Lady Luck's not gonna tell us. Well, she was passed out, but then later we find that out. And then we go down, and there's like a big like underground passageway in the old sewers that was the normal place, but then it got flooded. So then it became the sewers, and then the water receded. so now it goes with the tides, and people are using that to get around, and maybe they came in through there, but we don't know. Then after we're done exploring that, which is to say, Donald went downstairs, looked around, and said, "Yeah, we'll get to this later," and then went back up. We checked and we were like, "Hey, Lily, are you okay?" And then she was kind of a piece of shit about how I healed her, which I did a good job, by the way. Then we went back to the inn. So I think we drank a little bit. We were like, because that was like Saturday, so we have one more day left down.
No, we were on Sunday.
So we don't.
We're still on Sunday.
We're still on Sunday.
They went down.
Yeah. Again, you guys went back and then down.
We discovered what they were missing, or what they were looking for.
Yeah, in the chest. You guys discovered what they were looking for, or not in the chest, but like in the.
He used divination.
Yeah. And that is it. I know there was water. I said it
Yeah,
was
there was swoosh.
tides. Swoosh.
There was something in the water.
Swoosh in the water.
Swoosh in water.
Which sounds dirtier than it is.
Swoosh in
And that was it. Did we do anything?
I did my vow.
Yeah,
and
he
then
did a vow
I'm just
too.
now coming back.
Yeah, he did a vow to his goddess. He got chains. I tricked you out of alcohol again.
You did, you piece of shit. No, actually, it's all starting to come back. You know,
That was
suddenly, yeah, I'm remembering a lot of things that you did, Jerica. You rolled the dice at the table, and you got I got my comeuppance. From when I was like earlier in the campaign, you were like, "What did you do?" And I was like, "Nothing." And then you rolled perception against my bluff, and you failed. And then you were so fucking mad at me. You came to me. Jerica came to me in real life after that and said, "That was not okay, man."
That wasn't.
But it's funny now. Huh?
It was hilarious.
So now we're back.
And we also got out of her questioning about a certain thing. We should question about.
What do you mean?
The mask.
Yes, she did not know about the mask. He successfully evaded the mask.
We did evade her talking about the mask. I'm still thinking about the mask.
Forget about it.
Alright. So, coming back, you join the rest of the group. Would you hide what had happened? Would you actively try and make a conversation?
I don't know how much I could hide them since they're large gold flaming chains. Just pull the sleeve over it. And there's nothing here.
Yeah, if we were fucking conspicuous before. Now we have fucking Kratos. We have the god of war. Out of fucking nowhere. Hey, is that monk who was leaving the inn earlier? What are those fucking fire rods on his fucking arms? That's probably normal. Better leave him be.
I can't wait to infuse your chains with fire on top of your fire and just kind of white
Just
hot
do it like
disasters. Yikes.
just do it like the Incredibles.
White hot disaster.
Yeah.
That's what you should name.
You're gonna be slicing through everything like butter.
All I need to do is just
That's
hook a
me.
weapon
They
at
call
the
me
end
in
of
high
it.
school.
We're golden.
Put two fists. Get two adamantine fists and put them at the end of your chain. You still get punch advantage, right?
Oh, maybe.
They're considered extensions of your body because you're a monk. So technically you're still throwing a fist.
I can bless this, by the way, which is fucking crazy. I can absolutely insanely max your damage out.
That's what I'm saying. I use
But I didn't
fire.
prepare it because I felt bad because I didn't want to. I wanted to make sure that Sarin gets on to it.
Oh, that's a dick move
Oh
right
my
there.
god.
No one's gonna touch a hair on your head.
Oh, that's a dick move.
You're preparing healing
Oh, that's
spells?
so funny.
Shut up! I always have them prepared.
No.
You know my origins.
This is not good.
You know you can burn any spell in your book and turn them into a healing spell at the same level.
Yes.
Okay, then why then you repairing them?
I said I didn't have them prepared.
Oh, good.
Because of my origins.
Now, to be fair, you can actually prepare them as if you want to have a number of placeholders. Use them as placeholders because if you don't, for instance, if you've got a level 3 spell and you've already got a number of spells picked and you don't really know what to make and you might want to use it later on at something, make it a healing spell. For 15 minutes, you can convert it into any other spell you want.
The only one that I have prepared for healing is I have one healing spell prepared. I don't.
That you use as a placeholder. So what I was saying is, any kind of healing spell, I've used as a visual placeholder. So if I don't want to pick a spell for that level, but I want to be able to use that later as a 15-minute transfer out, I choose healing spells there. So I know when I look at my list, I'm like, I got 3 burn spells that I can turn into whatever I want, or just keep them as healing since they're going to be converted anyway.
I just have 5th level Breath of Life because
That's
it's
cool
so fucking insane. I
That's
read
cool
it and
It
it's
really is.
it just brings it. You don't die.
Yeah, no, it's a cool spell.
It's like death. Stop.
And it does a
And then
lot
you
of
can do
damage to undead.
Oh yeah, that's fucking insane. Anyway, back to where we were. Fucking Kratos showed up in our goddamn hotel. This blind monk, he was 6'5". He had flaming chains on his arm. Doesn't that look like the guy who burned down the famous apothecary on those white?
No, that's the one that tore down Mount Olympus on the other side of the world.
No, it couldn't be this guy. This guy has all white robes, flaming chains, blind.
There's no way he could have orchestrated that.
Well, I heard the other guy was blind. So.
This one, I don't know. This one seems way more associated with
Oh,
fire.
there's those 2 dudes off the
Some.
Incredibles, like, that's old school.
It is so weird how you fucking pivoted into fire. From the fucking. I'm gonna be an arsonist, and Sarah is like, interesting.
You're gonna
Take that. We're gonna do something different.
You're gonna be an arsonist of Saturn. Arsonist of Saturn. See, it's legal now.
Sarah is. I love the energy.
We're just gonna take it and change it a little
We're gonna
bit.
take this. We're gonna direct it. We're gonna direct it.
In a holy way.
It's holy fire. Just there we go.
Redemption. Redemption.
Purifying light. That's what this is.
We're gonna have some one-on-ones. They're gonna be okay. All right.
You know I have an open door policy. You can come up to me at any time.
And then fucking, he's in the corner going, what the fuck?
Oh no, I don't care. I'm happy to have unchosen right.
Man, what the fuck are you guys chosen? Actually, you know what? It's fine. I chose this life.
Life chose you.
This life chose me. Or, no, it didn't choose me. I chose it.
Did you though?
You don't know.
Yeah, that's the point of me.
So where was everybody else gathered at this point? Was anybody within this time?
I would still be downstairs drinking.
When we came back in.
Okay.
Yeah, probably. Maybe having some conversation with the
Local
barkeep,
crazy people.
talking to the local crazy people.
Absolutely talking to the local crazy people.
So
Are you as well?
Oh,
who
I'm-
else?
Are you with me, or are you in
I
a
was like,
separate
who else
club?
downstairs?
I'd like to think we're together.
Yeah.
We're
At the
just
bar
like,
top.
I'm like listening to the crazy people. I'm like,
So
oh,
your
everything.
hand only has 3 fingers and they're in the wrong spots. What's that going on?
I'm going back upstairs to go grab here now.
Okay.
Jessamine, I love these people.
Trim,
Zoe.
what are you guys doing? Where are you guys downstairs? Or are you guys upstairs?
What could be?
This man said he'll give me 5 coins for a good time.
Oh Jesus!
Suppose
You're not mad there.
I don't know what a good time
downstairs.
is, but I.
You'd be downstairs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Honey, no.
I'd probably just be drinking.
Okay, so downstairs.
Are you with us while?
Probably, yeah.
Ah, the kids are all
I
right.
will say Lady Luck will remain upstairs with Ozra. Ozra would not be going down, interestingly enough.
Wait, I'm up at Ozra then?
Ozra and Lady Luck.
Whatever, I'm hurting up there.
Yep. Yep.
Opens the door.
Yeah, literally. It's better than what I just heard downstairs.
Or it's like, 2 for 1 special. Smite them both? No.
Hold on a minute. Message to Thunder. I need your chain.
She might like that.
Well, one of them might.
still stands.
Nice turn,
Poor
right?
Bumble just walking in this. What the fuck?
So you see everybody downstairs talking about losing fingers and them not being in the right places. She's like leaning on the bar. Have you been drinking?
No.
No? Okay. So she's just leaning on the bar, genuinely interested. Doesn't seem to be intoxicated or anything like that.
I'm just like listening to
She's just genuinely interested in the stories that other people have.
You see 12 cups behind me, but I'm still only tipsy.
Do I see that?
every game.
Yep, every single
Every game.
Dude, just write the line on your fucking forehead every time you come out here.
It's like
I'm gonna have a bandana that just says line.
I will say, you would probably smell the amount of alcohol on him, but he's not like slurring his words. He's still orchestrating.
I don't think there's a time that you don't smell like alcohol, so it's just you.
Yeah, but it's like sort of like a cinnamony.
But there is, okay, so like, I know this sounds weird. There is a difference between like a fresh poured beer, like the smell of it, and then like a stale beer that has been like sitting there for a few hours.
I smell fresh.
It smells like fresh oak and like
That's good, man.
smoke,
Fuck you.
a little bit of wine, the hops. Like it all smells very fragrant. It's not light.
Aaron is very well groomed.
But so you walk into them all sitting downstairs, listening to the conversations. Seren looking seemingly unamused in the background, just listening to the stupidity of the conversation.
I can hear. I can hear the disappointment on Seren.
Literally, so that's why it's like
Someone in
just
this room has a
leaning.
vein in their forehead. Think about it.
Just leaning in the corner. But you walk up to the table, I'm assuming, with.
No, not with these two. I'd
No.
probably go where Serena's.
I'm too like enraptured in whatever this man with 3 fingers is saying than fucking notice.
Yeah, can I get a name on the guy I'm talking to?
Timothy Long John.
Timothy Long John. This man, you are the most incredible man that I have ever met. Let me go. I gotta get you a drink. What do you want? Do you want anything?
Most expensive shit you got.
I'm not gonna do that. So it's.
But you're a man of Kate and Kaylin, right?
I don't. That doesn't mean that I have a.
You
loving mother.
understand
I'm
a
very-
fine
I'm-
drink.
I'm very poor, but I can also get like the best out of a cheap one. So. Timothy, I
see
don't
why
know if I'm
you're
gonna buy you a
not
drink
drinking
anymore,
so.
but I will still have a fun time while I'm here.
So I
You and your
themselves.
8 fingers.
Are the toes like that too, or just the fingers?
Does it mix
The
up?
toes are just nubs.
Just enough?
going
Can I
to
see
the
it?
No,
He's
I've
like,
never
take off
seen
his
a
shoe,
nub.
and he's like falling over in his
Oh
chair
my God.
onto the
You
floor.
know, I really would like
Timothy!
to, but I'm afraid to leave you.
Chesapeake, help
I
him!
would have, the same. I would have loved to go upstairs.
He's
but
falling
I'm
and he can't get up.
Well, that
Because of
one's,
his clothes.
Huh?
that one's here too.
I try to help him up.
Yeah, but he's
You're helping
easy
him
to
like sit
watch.
up.
I'm helping
He
him. I'm
does
helping
the
him.
same
Okay,
thing.
okay.
You just gotta make sure he doesn't break something.
Or
She wants to see
someone.
my feet.
That too.
He's
Yes,
got nubs.
I'm right. I am right here.
My
Your
nubs.
feet. Your nubby feet.
So,
Show them.
who do you want to grab?
So take off your shoe.
You want to grab the cleric, and I'll grab
Where was
Oh!
upstairs to figure out what the
Best way
next
to
plan is.
describe it. He stepped on landmines, but just the tips of his feet. So he,
It was like a fire trap where it only went like straight up.
so he just has the nubs.
Oh, you edged a rune, huh? Damn! Holy shit! And they're just like burnt ends.
Winner
So
decides.
do you still have the toes themselves?
No,
Like, you
they're
could
not
just-
roasted.
Well, you could just like sew them
Look
back
at
on
it.
for like visual effect.
It looks like, if you've ever seen like a skin graft, that's what it looks
Oh my god!
Okay, so I'm.
Doesn't mean they're gone. His toes are gone. They're fucking gone, man. It's
I'm just
crazy,
I'm gonna
innit?
walk up to the table and be like, okay, so this conversation is
It's
now
fucking madness, bro.
done. It's time to go, guys.
Shirin, all of his fucking toes. It's like he was fucking eyeing up to the diving board. But on a fire trap. You're fucking. You know what? I will get you a middle of the road drink.
What that dice is gonna be.
So you're doing what?
If I roll a diplomacy check and I hand him a platinum to just shut down the conversation, what are the chances that that would happen?
Because he's intoxicated, there is a slight chance that it won't work.
It won't work. That's what I thought.
Yeah. Yeah. Just because he is drunk at this point and he's been carrying on conversations, he promised to buy him another drink at this point. Like, he does not want to shut the fuck up if somebody else is buying him a drink and he doesn't have to pay. So unless somebody else has, something better to offer.
I'm getting the barkeep if no one else is doing anything.
Okay, go get the barkeep.
Hey, what? No.
What do you want?
No. I want you to go upstairs.
Oh, but it's Timothy Longbottom. What's his name?
Long John.
I have to write that down.
Timothy Long John.
Longbottom is trademarked. Trademarked.
Timmy Long John.
Oh no. So bad.
Okay.
Timmy needs a drink, damn it!
You know what?
For my nubs.
For the nubs!
I'm
He's
gonna
got
pull
nubs
out-
on his feet!
I'm gonna pull out one platinum and put it in front of Timothy and be like, Timothy's got his drinks. Let's go.
Oh. But it's a principle of the fact.
Let's go. We have things to discuss.
Flicks the pot across the floor, like rolling it
Oh,
straight
do you
on
want to
its
go
edge.
get that then? Since he so rudely...
Oh my god, he's picking it up with his hands like a claw machine.
Why would he do that if he flicked it across the...
Go, Timmy! Go! Look at it! It's magical! And I imagine he's going like...
You know what?
Yeah,
At this
he's
point,
like
I
thinking
give
of-
up. If you want to drag them both, then by all means drag
And then
them
just
both.
kind of like
I'm
takes
happy.
it.
Nobody's
talking to Jessamine!
I tried to end the conversation. If you weren't cognizant enough to realize that I was trying to end the
Oh, I
conversation.
know. I just didn't have a chance to speak.
Well, you can leave. You can always leave.
If you're like, let's go upstairs, Jasmine would be like, okay. And she just hop off the stool and start going.
Okay.
You're grappling me?
There we
I'm
go.
grappling you.
She's very
He's
she
grappling
listens
me?
to directions.
You're grappling me.
I'm choosing to grapple you.
Do his fire chains on his arms hurt me if he's grappling me?
I'm about to find out.
Yeah, we're about to find
You
out.
should have just been like Jessamine and listened.
Just listen.
I should have just listened, so you're burning me?
Welcome to Saturday.
Would you like to leave a message?
Yeah, you're gonna leave a mark, so.
I was with one of your fucking employees.
Yeah, I have a fucking complaint. I think that this is against HOA.
I would just purely grab you with my hands.
I want to talk to your herald.
Okay, so
Do I get
grapple
burned?
against, I believe it's your CMB, right?
Yeah, D. D is
C-
defense,
D.
D is.
Got it. So it was like, Jesus Christ.
Jessamine, thank you for listening. I appreciate
You have to tell me what you got.
You said go upstairs, so I'm a,
You got a
I'm
7
I
total?
like you,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna listen.
I appreciate you.
That was great poker face.
Yeah.
You can literally sneeze and get out of this.
Yeah, my CMB is a 21, so I'd imagine like sort of like drunken master.
Yeah, it's quite
He's like-
literally.
I kneel down, and I point, and I'm like, it's fucking toes, and you just like swipe over me.
It's turning into a fucking show.
Unravels chain.
He's gotten covered, so I'd fucking get up, I'd do a little twist around. I'd pat Timmy on the shoulder, I'd thank him for having a good time, and then I'd follow Jessamine and Seren while they're leaving, and unaware that you've been trying to grab me,
Just right around you.
and I go, okay, let's go.
So before everybody heads upstairs, you wanted to carry on your conversation.
Yes. So at one point I just open up my eyes and look at Azra and I'm like, we need to talk without your friend, please. Just, you can be the same room, but a little bit privacy, please.
No offense, I don't necessarily
She's
trust
gonna be
you.
standing right there. It's not, I don't want to run in the room. I just need to have actual real conversation with you for a minute. I'm just kind of closing my eyes.
Okay.
We can go like 10 feet off to the side. Listen, we don't have to like each other. We don't like you. That's fine. Liking each other and working with each other are two entirely different things. I will work with you. I will help you. I have no problem with that. I will help the party. That's fine. You're helping the party. We're cool. My real concern with this is twofold. Please don't go near my family again. That's going to create a political backlash that I don't want to be a part of. I understand why you did it, and so we're just going to call that bygones be bygones, throw it in the water. Can I ask you to not do that in the future again and let you come and talk to me? Because it might be a good idea at some point, but I really would like to know about that. That one kind of threw me for a bit. And second, you have this nasty habit of pointing, and we go there, and you point somewhere else, and we go there, and you point somewhere else, and trap hits us. Now I know that's partly our fault because we like to just work straight into shit without really looking, but you seem to have an agenda here, and you've been almost honest almost all the time with your reasons for your agenda and why you're keeping it secret. And at this stage in the game, after significant trials and tribulations, I feel like even if you don't want to tell us the end game, can you at least tell someone, it doesn't have to be me, anyone in this group, what's actually going on up to this point? You can tell them what not to say, what to say, I don't care. I would just like somebody else in this group to know what is really going on up to this point. That's all. And like I said, it doesn't have to be me, it could be Thunnel, it could be O'Reilly, I don't really care. But you holding a significant number of the cards and then hanging them out at will is putting us at a rather large disadvantage as the entire campaign that we're up against. Like these people that we're up against and where we're at. And I understand why you're secretive about it, but you got if you want us to come in a little bit, you gotta open the doors a little bit. So far you cracked the doors and then and slammed it the moment someone's got close to going inside. Let us in the antechamber at least. Somebody into the fucking antechamber. That's all. That's it.
I'd like to imagine downstairs it just, it's about fucking time.
And she takes a minute, and you would see her take out 2 small glasses, and she would, for the first time, you'd see her take out a small flask. She'd set it up on the table, pour 2 glasses, and just kind of sit for a minute.
Do I have to? Not that I don't trust you, it's not that. I just random alcohol is not really my thing, that's the other guy's thing.
The other guy.
It's ceremonial to me.
May I ask what it is?
As long as you're willing to sit first in the story.
Well, yes. I would like to know what we would drink.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
What is it?
I'll tell you. You can set it down for a moment. You want me to let people in.
Me or one person?
In the end, it's not just going to be one person. You guys are unanimously as a group, and you work consecutively. It's not just a matter of telling one person. One person's going to tell the rest. Whether or not it is a form of telephone and the correct information, or whether or not it is the words coming from my mouth independently.
What happens to you and us when you disappear? Because as careful as you are, and as careful as we are, should you at any point be removed from our group, we lose a massive source of information. Now, I'm not saying you need to even give all of that information to the person you want to talk to. But it needs to be enough that if you end up going missing, I keep pointing out,
You have the largest access point of any information. You have the list of the 7.
Yes.
You have a direct tie and correlation to that of which you can go in and destroy the remaining 6. You have the organization, and that was the whole goal of your group independently.
But as much as we do have all of that, we also have absolutely no idea about how any of that actually exists. You've told me what a pen is, but not telling me what the fuck the pen does. So, and I'm using this as a metaphor in game, I pop something else out. You told me what the quill is, but not telling me what the quill does. Yes. I don't know how to use the information you've given us. So, I understand that we have the information, but you might as well have given Caitlin stones.
But the information that is given right now, we do not have access to a safe place. For us to be able to transport and to travel, either willingly or freely, to where we will not be spied upon, it's... Exactly. And I cannot release that information because if I do, then it's not just a matter of my life going missing. It's a matter of you now knowing that information and also being put as just as much of a risk as I am.
But that's the whole point. If you're traveling with us as a group, you're going to have to give us some part of the risk because as it stands now, if we never find a safe place by yours or our definition, we're never going to know the information. And so far, we've been doing this for months with no safe location. We've just been riding the wind.
Because most of them are not safe havens, as I told you initially when we found everybody.
But you have to also take a leap with us. And it doesn't have to be as large as our leap is, but we're taking a huge leap with you. Take a little leap with somebody here. And again, like I said, it just needs to be enough that if you somehow go missing or become incapacitated, I'll say just before your creation, that was just an example, we don't know what to do at that point. And so if an accident happens when you get mazed, planed, or whatever the case may be, we're fucked. And it's not like you don't put yourself in danger quite a bit, and for good reasons. But the point being, you could just decide to go do something that you think is good for us, and it would be good for us, but then you get trapped. What do we do? Do we go after you, or do we ignore you and go after the 7? Which is more important? And we don't know what you know. So we have to come and get you.
But you need to realize that at the end of the day, and what I've always told you, is the 7 correlated with all the information and with your own history of what you wanted to know. You track them down, you get to the source of the matter, and whether or not I was part of it, it was never a factor. You could have left me at any point, including in those ruins. The only reason why you took me to begin with is the initial note made mention of me.
Originally, at this point, you're now, as much as I may not like it, quite a bit an ancillary part of this group. So that means we're not leaving you at any point, again, whether I feel that's good or not, but you, again, have to give to us, because several times now your past has come back to slap us unknowingly. And you might not have known it was coming, but still, if we had known a little bit more about your past, we might have recognized the signs coming faster. You're the only one that can see everything. And being the only one that sees everything, when you miss something, it hurts a lot of people. And so, I know why you're doing it, and it's reasonable. This is why I'm saying, somebody in the group, you have to at least somewhat trust one person in this group enough to give them enough information to allow us to not rely solely upon you every single instance. That's all. You can use them as a median. I don't know how you want to set that up. That's up to your deference. But you've got to give somebody a way in. And you can even geese them to not tell us. That's totally cool. Under certain circumstances, they can't say a word unless you disappear. Great. They'll never be able to tell us, and even tell us they're geese, unless you suddenly disappear and they go, hey, by the way, now that your restriction's been lifted. So you have ways of doing this, and people would agree to this knowing that they have the information. It's a fail-safe at this point. You are too important to lose. There needs to be a fail-safe if you go away so that we can either reclaim you or continue forward.
What's a geese?
It's a spell. It forces you to abide by a very specific set of rules. G-E-A-S-E. G-E-A-S-E.
Oh, I thought that was pronounced gaius.
Oh, it might be. I've never heard it pronounced, but I pronounce it geese.
Oh, it's one of those words.
Correct.
Sorry.
So it's just, think of it as a fail-safe. It's a protection clause for all of us, including you. It allows you to have a somewhat of a safety net, even if a small one. It allows us a safety net, even if a small one. Because otherwise, we're free-falling.
We can't promise you anything until we find a safe haven.
Okay, so what do you consider a safe haven?
Somewhere that we're not going to be...
But what is that? Your own planar dimension wasn't a safe haven, so what's a safe haven to you? If the dimension that you control is not considered a safe haven, I have no concept of what a safe haven is.
I can't tell you exactly because I don't know what the specifics of it are. I don't know if it's because they are correlated with me that they can find me. I don't know if it's because of an article or item that I own. I do not know how they're trying to track me in a multitude of ways. So I've tried cross-referencing.
I have a second feed. How about we run some tests and figure that out? That's actually a very good thing to know, how they are in fact tracking you. And there are a variety of methods we can use that are completely non-invasive and non-harmful to you to figure that out, or at least narrow it down a little bit. It doesn't have to be me. It can definitely be the other cleric that doesn't work.
Yeah, that's the only one that I would even remotely
I understand, but I will definitely tell him how to do it, because he probably doesn't understand what he needs to do. He's a good cleric. play. You know,
Yeah,
like most
okay.
things, he needs a little bit of growth. But anyway, there are ways of kind of determining how they're doing it. Magic, from anti-magics to other ratings to whirl out various forms of scrying and whatnot, so that we can work on a way of getting to a safe place so that we can start getting a solid ground to work on. Because the shifting foundation crap is, it's getting real old not being able to safely put our feet down anywhere for a second or two.
Trust me, I haven't been able to in
So, it doesn't have to be right now.
5 years?
I understand that, and that's why we're saying we'd like to, it doesn't have to be right now, but over the course of the next days or two, I will work with the other cleric, and we need to work on ways of running some tests to rule out and determine what it is that's currently locking them in on you or us. Because it might not even be you. It might be a relation to somebody in the group that's causing it.
Could be.
So, cool. I have a project to work with the other cleric now.
You just hear me screaming up deep
Are
downstairs.
you done talking?
Oh, yes.
That's what it is.
I don't need to anymore, I don't care.
I got distracted by what I was saying.
You take it.
Yes.
It is
That's actually really good.
extensively aged whiskey.
Okay, that burns
Like
a lot.
100 and probably like 50, 60 plus year
But
age.
it's smooth, but it burns.
But yes.
That's fascinating.
She kind of takes the glasses and just snaps her fingers, gets them clean, puts it all away. She'll get up for a moment before she looks over at Lady Luck and goes, Lady Luck's just a kid.
Oh, I know. We're trying to keep her out of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not gonna let her play anymore.
What you just had was my father's barrel. It was one of the last things that he created before any of this happened. It was the last drink that my brother and I ever snuck out together.
No.
Oh God!
Julie, beer run!
Families? That's
But yeah.
great. I love it.
Exorcism!
They would every year when he would go top it off, they would steal a little bit and they would just continuously pour this into this empty flask. And every year it became like a mother cask essentially until 150 years, after it had been
Fucking older than
established.
me.
Yep. The original barrel though got destroyed. So the original barrel no longer exists. It is only because of this bottomless flask that it works.
He just realized he has no idea where his phone is.
Then walk him down.
I know, he wants him. Well, his whole RP, he's been like searching the house.
Oh God, that's why we're trying to leave her back in.
Good to go. I just need you to get that out because we need to start working on us for a little bit more. Because she is unfortunately essential as much as we hate to admit it. We need her part of the party, and we need to stop her this tracking bullshit that they're doing.
Yes.
Because she unwillingly traps us in traps constantly. I'm advocating by the way. Doing this. She constantly traps us in traps without meaning to, or meaning to. We don't really care at this point. Point being, we gotta figure out a way of just limiting that.
I think he's tearing his car out
I
on the
know.
inside.
Okay, some okay, just have to give it back to him.
I would just put it
What
on.
did he
Actually,
lose?
quickly, put it back out.
That's what I'm gonna
What did he lose?
Oh no, this is the next one. That should be right
Go. Put it underneath his book. Underneath his book. Underneath the book. Quickly. Everyone has to keep it fucking straight face.
Got it.
I mean, all of us laughing isn't gonna mean much.
That's true.
Well, everyone keeps a straight face.
Alright, so.
Alright.
His plan is over with color.
So.
So I assume the rest of us are coming off?
Yeah, so everybody else is coming upstairs. Whoever was walking upstairs. You were walking upstairs, right?
Yeah.
Your character?
Yes. It was me, Jessamine, Aaron, Norhig, and Thunnel.
Okay.
Did you come out?
He would have probably
He
followed.
watched everyone suddenly leave.
He probably would have followed.
He watched a drunken master thing.
I mean,
happen.
he's in earshot vicinity, so I would have said let's go. I think I would have thought he would have followed.
I don't have your number. Oh wait, I guess you can just fucking tell me your number.
What is it?
I don't know how to do it.
I don't fucking know it either, man.
What is it?
901-831-7397. I had it, and now I don't. I have not moved from this spot.
Isn't that what happened to phone stuff?
It's calling. It went straight to voicemail.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Wait, let me try again.
Maybe I have it on Do Not Disturb on the automatic time.
Oh wait, it's ringing now.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Nice.
Do you have it on silent?
Yeah.
You motherfucker.
It'd be buzzing. So it's not out here. Where'd my fucking phone go? I had it right here.
I'm calling
Alright,
it
so
again.
walking upstairs,
Anyway, upstairs.
you see a conversation finishing of Gary and Ozra off in the corner, and Lady Luck is just kind of sitting in her bed still, kind of mindlessly like shuffling the cards.
You guys should have seen it.
It's
This guy had
it's
printed.
like sloppy shuffle. It's not even like really orchestrated
You
shuffle.
think this is funny? Do you think, what am I, a clown? Is this a circus? Is this a carnival? Of course. Oh, it's right under my book where I left it all along, and I didn't check under the book, Jerica. I forgot. Oh, silly me. How should I fuck up there? Fuck you. You had me going out to my goddamn bar. I was like, this. I think it's Jerica because she's next to me, but this seems more like something that Logan would do.
Great job, guys. Bravo. Good job all around.
The fact that it didn't start buzzing when I started calling it too, I was about to lose.
Were you freaking out when I suggested calling it?
No,
No.
not at all. Not at all.
Yeah. Back in the room.
You guys should have seen it. It was just... this guy had some fucking insane feet. It was like all burnt. So what had happened was apparently, I think he stepped on like a rune, but only the edges of it. Jasmine, was it only the edges of his toe? Because
It was just the toes themselves.
only the toes were touched. A little bit, but
No,
well, she's been both. So
but he did have nubs for toes.
Did
Actually,
only nubs,
technically no
not
nubs,
singular.
but
I,
just
and
solid.
he had 3 fingers that he sort of operated like this.
I unfortunately can verify this story. I had to sit through
Are
the
you
whole
flipping
thing.
everyone off?
No, that's what I thought. Like that was a funny thing that you said that. That's why I started the conversation with him because I thought he was being kind of mean. But it turns out no, he only has the 3.
Visible
He has the edges and then the middle of the things.
Interesting.
You should have seen him try to pick up platinum.
I tried to pick some up and
I'm a nice guy to
they're
most people, but it
available.
was very funny to look at him try to get
So we
it.
need to
It looked
find
like they had
some.
been
They're
ripped
called
off and then sewn back on at the base, but
So
not
we
in the
would
right
need to
position.
procure some.
Who has
Somewhere.
a magical ability to see, like, disguise spells or anything like that?
Nope, not I.
Is yours passive, or do you actively have to
Is it
like cast
prepared?
it?
It's not a prepared nope, it's a combat feat, so it's a active ability all the time.
I will say, sitting at the table was the first time that you kind of noticed it, but Ozra does have over her face some form of like a glamour, specifically over a portion of her face. But that's it.
Eyeshadow.
Okay.
About her mascara.
Nope. Not saying
What's your passive perception?
Not saying anything at all.
It looks like she was
15.
Yeah. She was actually wearing wings.
You would see. And what's your intelligence?
Am I good for a fucking cleric?
Yeah, because you're gonna be the
16.
16. You would see, like, in putting two and two together, she got very uncomfortable when you were talking about the Forge of Creation again specifically. But you had a feeling that it wasn't because of the talk of the Forge of Creation. It was almost like a trauma response or a feeling. Again, not due to the Forge. It's something that seems older than that. And because of you having that passive 15, her side of her face and part of that hand, now granted she wears gloves, but part of it, if you were to look in between, they are almost chemical burns over part of her face and part of her arm.
As an other usually good character, I might have done something about that. But with my neutrality now, I'm just gonna take that information aside and wipe that out. With the glamour. Fucking crazy.
And nobody else has any other passive?
It would have to be a wizard
No.
or a cleric that took the spell penetration.
Okay.
I didn't take.
I have spell
No,
penetration.
penetration. Not this.
Oh. Not the class bonus.
Not the class bonus. Class bonus is works on a hero too.
I have good. I took a lot of spell penetration.
Yeah, I built my character like a wizard. You couldn't help it.
Alright. So you guys are upstairs now. Are you guys wanting to wind down for the evening? Does anybody want to carry on any rituals, conversations?
Probably some nice in a bottle. I brought it up there with me.
Okay. Ooh. What is your passive perception?
My passive perception is Jack Diddley. Let me pull out my phone because it has the main first page of my new character sheet with the level up. You pieces of shit.
You were looking for.
I was freaking out because I was like, I can't access my fucking skills. Like an idiot.
It's okay, we still love you.
I still love myself.
That's better.
Passive perception is 8.
8? Okay. Go ahead and roll a perception check with advantage.
Okay. 12. That's a 20. Ooh. I got a 19 on the die, so that's gonna be plus 8, so 27.
Okay. You would notice, walking into this room, specifically getting closer to the group, there is a smell of alcohol in this room. It is faint.
You notice, Aaron stops in his tracks.
If it wasn't 150-year-old aged, like, that shit's gonna reek up.
I know what it is. I know what he's doing.
Yeah.
You see Aaron go. 15.9%.
It'll be a lot higher than that.
No, in the air.
Oh.
Aged over 100 years. Maybe more. Maybe 1.5?
Just show me how much alcohol you or something.
No.
God, with my increased hearing, like I understand what you're doing right now. Stop sucking your teeth, though. It's real loud for me, man.
Yeah, he'll start doing like a scan of the room. Like, someone was having a good time at the ball. I can taste it. It wouldn't be Azra. She hates drugs.
You are now starting to put two and two together that Azura set you up.
Garen.
I'm dead.
Would you mind conversing with me for a moment? Over here?
I'm praying. You should too. And
Let
I'll
me-
be back to pray.
Let me come over to him. So what you praying on? Like, there's like a certain thought or prayer chain from
Basically, I'm an elf, and since we're already in my trance, you can just go fuck right off. And this is all out of game, so I'm not gonna respond to you or open my mouth or even so much as breathe while you're around. And thankfully, since I'm an elf and in a trance, I can definitely outlast your ass.
Perception check.
What? But go right ahead.
On what?
On being near him, seeing if he smells of alcohol.
Okay.
Do I get this one with you guys?
Mm-mm. Straight roll, because you already now know that it's there. Now you're trying to pinpoint who.
23.
23?
I do have my fire.
You can tell that he is a portion of it, but you're not sure if he was the only reason or the only one, or if you'd have access to it.
Shit. I'll find out which one of you guys is hiding alcohol from me.
They said that would be.
I know it's not Sarin because she told me that she wasn't, and I believe her.
It was part of a priestly rite. You need to leave alone.
Oh, okay. I mean,
priestly rite outside of taking care of it doesn't involve alcohol.
that's interesting because it's the air's tasting of bullshit. I can smell a fucking fine alcohol when I walk into a goddamn room.
You can, but that worked as a conversation between a priest and a. So no, I'm not lying to you.
Hey, what if you had
And
that
it was part
fucking
of
good
her
shit from Brad?
ritual. Even if she was lying to me, it was still part of her ritual. So no, technically, I'm telling you 100% the truth.
You want to go outside?
I don't need to. I'll have a bottle of alcohol. But I understand you should, if you're gonna have good shit, don't be so mean about it. Anywho, I'll just go off to the corner like nothing happened. He'll start praying.
Back to praying again.
Yeah.
Seren, you still want to learn that thieves' cant word?
Yes. Yes.
Oh! He'll pop out of his prayer in the corner.
We should all totally do that.
Do what?
Learn
Oh yeah,
more.
you're part of that. I'm gonna teach a couple words in thieves' cant, and Oscar was gonna help
That way we can
communicate
communicate,
without actually
yeah,
communicating.
using too many words.
Do you like percentiles?
Oh, yeah, you haven't heard this.
Of course you do. Cortana, beautiful baby.
Has she been more affectionate lately?
No, she still fucking hates me.
Okay, then it's just me she's affectionate with.
She likes men. Unlike her
Wow.
mother.
On Women's History Month.
On Women's History Month? The
See,
fuck?
I'd never
I
do
appreciate
this.
that.
I'd never do
You're
this.
taking
I'm
a
an
step back to redemption.
Hey, you know what? I listen.
I yelled at him for like 30 minutes about some random
She
bullshit.
called me a
living.
misogynist yesterday.
I didn't use those words
Lies.
exactly.
Recorded in live.
Yeah, I was like, it's on Twitch. If you want to go back and watch it, we were playing Lethal Company, and it turned into that conversation about.
29.
It was fantastic for like 30 minutes. I berated him. I was like, you can speak to me.
And you're looking
one-on-one,
for
how fucking dare you do that?
specifically, like.
I thought I needed to.
Oh, 29%. Okay, I thought you meant like adding.
Nope.
Okay, 29%.
These percentiles.
Mark one down.
Oh. Okay. So now we're at 6.
Yes. And you would hear for a brief moment, join outside.
Cool. Does it sound like anyone I know? Or does it sound like the thing that's been talking to me?
It sounds like the thing that's been talking to you.
Yeah, I'll just probably in my head. I'm not gonna touch anything, but some context would be appreciated on the specifics of why.
Are you going to let your mental shield down for a response?
No, knowing what happened last time with me almost stabbing someone, I'm not going to let this person have control over my head. If it wants me to go outside, it's gonna need to answer me.
Learning and growth. Beautiful thing to see.
Elf lied.
Elf lied. It's an anime fan. Sorry.
Outside.
Elf lied. Elf lied. Outside. Elf lied. Elf. Oh, my nose. I'm slow with writing. You'll see. I'm gonna go up to Seren and I'm gonna whisper in her ear. Hey, so I need to excuse myself for a second. Dead outside.
Don't go far.
I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go far.
Trying to put my back in my hip pocket.
No, but if I'm not back in like, I'd say 10 minutes, then I'd get worried. But probably don't worry about it. I mean, we're within distance to where I can cast message. Probably still hit you.
Okay.
So I'll keep something up. I'll keep a channel open. You just keep your head empty for words from me. I've had a few drinks. And I'll do a little tap on your shoulder and jaunt away. So you're gonna see Aaron leave after that exchange.
I was gonna say Ozra would have gotten up during that conversation, and she would have headed downstairs, just outside for a moment.
He just gestured me to do like this.
So after Aaron leaves, I'm gonna walk over to Thunnel and just kind of say quietly to him. So Aaron just left. He said he had to go outside. Not entirely sure what that means. I told him not to go far. I'm hoping this means that he does not go outside of earshot of you.
Did I tell you? So how my cousin was working as his server? He came
Oh,
up
did
and
she?
gave me a hug,
Yeah.
and then I went back last week. This was like 2-3 weeks ago. Like last week. And I was like, oh, his pride and Rome still in here.
We'll get
They were
back
like,
to teaching that. I guess I'll just go to the bar.
He was
Yeah,
he was
seems like
texting me
he has
wanting to
some
hang
other
out
things
and
that
like
need
go
to take
out
priority.
when he got dinged up.
Where you going, bro?
But it was like,
Just,
sorry, you're
keep
like
an eye on
horny
the
with a child.
two
Sliding in my DMs.
Yeah. Did my best.
Oh, just
It's a little creepy.
What are you wanting to? Are we following me now? Like on table?
Huh?
What are we doing?
Oh, I'm waiting for him to do what he's gonna do, and I'm gonna follow Ozra, but here in a second.
So did Ozra follow me out, or did...
No, so as you were having that conversation, she automatically finished having her conversation, grabbed her thing when she asked it if you wanted to join her outside. You said no. You had the connection with your sword. That's what it told you, and she started walking downstairs to go outside.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw non-detection on you.
From what?
Non-detection on you.
That's
What
good.
does that do?
It keeps you immune to divination and magic sight spells. So effectively, it's like the wizard version of what is it, pass sight or whatever it's called. That one where you can pass through, but it pretty much blocks you from people scrying on you or using any kind of magic to find you or sense you. So detect light, detect magic, detect person won't work on you.
They try, but they're just not gonna get anything.
Yeah, it's just gonna get nothing. So you just technically don't exist in the magical spectrum right now.
Okay.
You're quite enough in the physical spectrum, so.
I rolled a 25 on stealth, so I'm gonna head down.
And are you just following her, or are you stealthing as well?
I'm gonna just go outside.
Okay.
Because I mean, I don't know why I'm
Going outside.
doing what I'm doing, but I'm doing it.
Which is
Okay.
a great thing to always have.
So there are like smaller alleyways on either side of the building. It's one of the, main like tunnel systems down here. And you see her kind of pull off dip into the side of the alley, and she'll kind of just lean up against the wall. How far are you guys following behind her?
I'm probably pretty close behind.
I'm not with him. I'm
Yeah.
following
Yeah,
him.
but what I'm
So-
saying is like, how far from Ozra physically would you guys want to stand?
If she left just or like just before me,
She probably would have left like a minute and a half before you did, not even.
okay, then I'd probably when we're before we leave the bar, or the inn, I'd try to catch up with her.
Okay.
And mine's gonna be based off of how far I need to be to hear the whole conversation with no things. I can roll a perception check.
Okay. So, specifically, I guess for yours, because you're not visually seeing.
Well, like while she's like she's almost at the door, I'm probably at the stairwell.
Like running
on the way
after.
down, I go, oh hey, and try to catch up to her.
Thought you didn't want to come.
Changed my mind. You know me.
Come on.
Okay.
36.
36. Okay.
So I don't know how far I have to stay. If I can just stand in the building and hear him.
I
That
would
would be-
say
no, that'd be
because
stupid.
of the hustle and bustle downstairs, you do go outside. There's not as many windows. It's just on the front, so it kind of muffles the noise on the inside. So you kind of stand at the corner where the pipe is kind of rounded to create the central chambers into the actual inn. You're kind of standing flush against the outside of it, and you would hear. I would say, based on you specifically, a small silver case get pulled out. She clicks the side of it.
And what do I see?
So it is a weird, because for this time frame it would be very vintage, but it is a silver and red velvet lined cigarette case. It is fully loaded with cigarettes, but every single one of them looks absolutely impeccable. And she'll pull one out. She'll look at you and gesture.
Yeah, of course.
She'll hand one over.
Okay, and he'll grab it delicately.
And as you grab it, another one appears right in that same spot of the case.
Oh!
She picks it up again, closes it. You hear it shut. And then with her fingers, she does light a small flame and goes to hold it out for you.
No need. Wait, do I have it?
You better hope so.
I don't have. I thought I had spark.
I'm curious what you smell.
But you don't.
I'll take it.
Okay, so she'll hold it out and let you light it. She'll light hers.
It might not be tobacco. That's what I want to know.
So, how much do you like your other cleric?
How much do I like my other cleric? Well, there's kind of a disparity there. You'll see him like randomly like eyeing the cigarette, like he doesn't know what to do with it, and it just keeps burning. He'll like drink his alcohol. I think there's probably a discrepancy between how I feel about him and how he feels about me. I like Gary. He's a dick, but that's what I like about him.
So, I would agree with you. He is somehow been, to an extent, one of the sensible people of the group.
Yeah, that's fair.
He seems a little bit more of sound of mind as of late.
I'd say he seems a little bit. I wouldn't say he seems more sound of mind, because we couldn't get more sound of mind than what he was. But he's more mortal now. He's
Yes, but
closer to Earth.
the definition of insanity is doing the same things multiple times and just expecting a different response,
Yeah,
correct?
well, that's a different flavor of insanity. I wouldn't say that's the one that he has right now. I think he's sort of gained back like a semblance of his sanity.
She'll pull out the 2 small cups, and they're very humble by all means. They're almost like iron, just cups.
Are you trying to flip the cigarette?
Yeah, Aaron, you'll see.
He's
Sort of,
trying.
He's not putting it in his mouth a single time, but he's like sort of motioned like he has. You just
put it here.
He's like trying to flick the ash off at a single possible point.
Have you been family dining at like Sheer?
Nope.
So she continues every so often, and you hear and also smell it, a puff or two. It is tobacco. There's nothing else that is different about it. It is just straight tobacco.
Mumbles under breath.
She would also pull out a flask, and you would hear the top of it unscrew. She would pour 2 glasses. Smells exactly like what you smelled upstairs.
Okay, and it was finished off as another drink.
And she would pass you over one.
Oh, this wasn't 15.8.
And she kind of keeps her hand over her glass for a minute and goes, 150 years.
Okay, got that on the money.
Mother barrel, 16.7%.
Gotcha.
And then, of course, growing, but the original barrel was destroyed in a family fire. And this is the only one that we have remaining. An endless flask. I can always add to it, but the only thing I can pour it into is these.
Can I sense motive on the emotion behind what she's saying?
Go ahead.
Like when she's talking about the fire specifically?
Go ahead.
Let's see. That's going to be a 22.
Okay. Her emotion is a bit somber at the mention of it. It's not extensively bad or detrimental to any extent. But she does just kind of almost take a moment to look back at it, and then you would see her physically take the shot, and you would hear her drink. She kind of takes a minute, and she goes, "Your other cleric, he, to an extent, reminds me of myself sometimes. Has made an occasional mistake. And
you can hear this on the other side of where you are. My cleric is suddenly flipping you off.
And has wanted nothing but positive change and not knowing the full extent of the consequences. He didn't mean to put me in danger by taking me to the forge. And I know that. He says that I should try to trust someone."
Okay. How's that going for you?
Do not take this in an offensive way, but I think it's easier to talk to you and Jessamine and Lady Luck because you all are younger. And it's like going back to my days of talking with my sibling. By no means is it a part of me healing or justify any of the actions that I did. But if I could go back, and if I could do things all over again, I would have just let it be me instead.
Well, you can't go back. What's happened has happened, and people were hurt because of it. There's nothing that you can do and wish for other than being better moving forward.
She would pour another drink and grab another cigarette at this point. Light it again.
Pace yourself. Your god doesn't give you constitution like mine does.
No, but she gives me endurance. It's close enough.
Right. Different feats for different fortes. Listen, I understand.
My brother did pass from drugs, but it was from my own doing, and not. It wasn't. It was an accident, but it wasn't an accident. My
Sense
brother
motive.
got.
Good
Go
call on the sense motive. I was like, that's a sense motive option right there.
I saw the quick time of that pop up.
Yeah. AB, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Triangle!
Hellish rebuke, yes.
20. 24.
24. She is telling the truth.
As far as I know.
As far as you know, she's telling the truth.
Yeah.
There is no lie that you're catching behind this. And also, like, putting 2 and 2 together, like, she does not follow a drinking god, but, like, if you normally drink and smoke, normally you are relaxing, therefore more prone to give information. She is breaking down walls to an extent, but within her own comfort zone.
Continue.
You're such an easy listener.
Hey,
I
help
can't-
you while I'm drinking.
I can't tell you everything now. But you know the burn marks that Thunnel had and still has, but repaired?
Yes.
He wasn't the first that we had, or anybody had, used that drug on.
Now.
There were earlier prototypes,
Okay.
and those prototypes went missing. Now, those prototypes were even more unstable than the ones that we made or that anyone made to use on actual people.
Now, his prototypes wouldn't be something similar to what we might have seen in a grove? Someone we might have met?
Not exactly.
Okay, so you guys have layers of prototypes of experimentation on multiple different
Yes.
conscious and sentient beings.
Correct. But remember, when I signed up, and that's not something that I lied to any of you about, I did not agree to the experimentation on people. I agreed to help them to find medical explanations, to find out whether or not they had been cursed by some anomaly. And rather than it being a project for help, others took it as a chance to look into those anomalies. The more and more that people started orchestrating and fabricating lies, it started wishing those into existence, of which people's mental sanity waned.
What's mysterious or needs to be cured about a boy with sight? Because that doesn't seem like, hey, we're gonna help you. Did he have fucking cancer before? It's like, hey, got rid of the leukemia, but...
You haven't been to some really, really backwater countries, have you?
Are you staying
They
quiet
cured
the
witch
whole
magic
time?
by pouring oil in kids'
Go ahead and
eyes.
roll another stealth check for me.
You know.
Just because this conversation is going on for a hot minute. She's had 2 cigarettes now.
Can I also sense motive on her reasoning for joining?
Like outside?
For the reasoning for her joining the asylum.
Yeah.
Clara.
I would say, like, unanimously, she is not lying to you right now. The motive behind it was that she was given the expectation of helping people. She's not been able to elaborate fully, and like I said, she doesn't feel safe at this moment to fully elaborate on the real true reason as to why, but you do understand that there is something behind it. Like, there is a reason, and she actively wants to tell you, but she cannot tell you where she's at.
Okay.
And she just kind of sits there for a minute and continues smoking.
So you didn't notice yet. Good.
What was your
30.
30?
What are you gonna do moving forward?
Try.
With care or recklessness? That's what you need to determine.
I think it's a matter of caution or recklessness then, if you are trying to equate the two.
Self-sacrifice is something that I think you're prone to.
Always.
And
I have to feel like I'm answering for something.
you don't have to feel like you're answering for anything. You could just do the right thing.
It's not too late to do the right thing, but
The right thing isn't self-sacrificing.
the right thing was keeping my brother alive.
Well, there's nothing you
To
can do
not
about
let
that
him-
moving forward. You can't let it go, but it'll have to live with you doing the
My
right thing.
family lied about what happened to him.
In what way?
In the way of what really happened.
So they're conscious of what you've done. They didn't tell anyone else.
It's not a matter of them telling anyone else. It's they knew what happened and they fabricated the story that you've heard. They fabricated the history that their daughter was the one who got them involved, and that's not entirely a lie. I did bring my brother, but
So you
it was
lied to me
it
about
was
what you
never in a
knew.
negative sense. I wanted to help him.
So when I asked you if you knew why your family's name, I saw them signing it, and you said you had no clue. Was that a little untruth that you decided to whisper?
Not intentionally.
Intention? Come on now.
I can't fully disclose things. It's not that I don't want to. It's I'm not in a place where I can. And the one place that I could, your monk now has access to.
Monk now has access to.
He has my whip.
Oh, son of a bitch.
The one chance that I could have at free access of having the conversations
Yeah.
of a safe haven.
She's not getting out of that one without a second.
Real quick, bro. He would sneak away. He would go back inside.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sense motivating the fucking shit out of the
Oh god.
I'm biggin'.
5 of them flew in there once. Together, men!
Into the breach, we die as one.
There was one the other night. It was a big ass moth, probably about the size of like a dime, and it flew into it. It's like 5 or 6 loud cracks, scared the shit out of the cats.
Oh, man.
All of them fucking ran.
That's
So
great.
fucking funny.
32 on sense motive on what she's saying about her needing the whip. I just know you guys have such a nice conversation. You go, and like I was so much more mellow on cocaine. And like our friends, I know at the intervention they took it from me, but like I feel, and you know this about me. You know I'd be better with it.
Are you trying to get the whip now?
She is telling the truth. In correlation to how that whip is a safe place, you are unsure. You are not aware if there is an enchantment on it that provides the protection, whether or not there are pocket dimensions or planes, because you know that they exist, especially now within rift or tears within dimensions. Sentient beings, weapons, etc., etc. They all kind of vary. So the exact way as to how it functions, you are unsure, but you can tell she is telling the truth about that whip being given is a sense of security.
Intent though. What was the intent on it?
The intent
Was
wasn't.
it malicious?
It was not malice in any way. It was if I want to talk to you guys, which I don't mind doing it, I need to have access to that back because we have to go there. So just like how she trusted you guys and you guys went to the Forge of Creation, you have to trust her, whoever wants to have that private conversation, and go have tea.
No. I'm going to remind something of everyone. There was no trust involved in going to a Forge of Creation.
That wasn't a
trust
trusted
you and went, fuck off! And I just disappeared to the Forge of Creation.
You said, Azra, Thunnel, we're taking a trip.
And I just didn't expect the trip to attempt to kill one of them. So, yeah.
You guys are both neutral, right?
No! Oh shit! One of them is not! I'm screaming towards the dark side. No! Let's get to a shadow. Sorry. But yeah. So to be fair, she
can feel my blood vessels bursting!
She didn't exactly trust us to go there. I kind of just yeeted her there, so.
As much as there was a sense of trust, the way that she's described that makes me think that she's gonna fucking pull me in there without me asking.
No problem with that whole thing. Also, you know, the whip is a connection to who, everyone? Does anybody remember?
Zon.
Oh, yay, you remember.
Let's see, I know! Of course I'm not gonna let her have the fucking whip. Of course, what do you think of a fucking... I'm not that much of a fool. You think...
Guys, I just... So, you know if Funnel has a whip? Between you and me, I kind of need that if we're gonna have like a long...
Here's the best part about this. If she manages to actually convince you, though, in dialogue, through fucking deliberate checks, you have to do that. That's the joy of what you're currently playing. You yourself know it's a shit idea, but if she actually convinces your character it's not a shit idea, you are going to try to convince the funnel.
Right, so you need to make, I'm assuming, a bluff or...
No, she's making a diplomacy check, because she didn't need to convince you, she's not lying to you.
You could be lying to me.
No, she already told you it's truthful. No. The motive checks were really truthful. It's not a bluff. Because it's she's not lying to you. She's telling you, she's convincing you that she needs it.
Okay.
I'm convincing you need to put me back on cocaine. Because you know I'm better. You know I'm more manageable. You remember how I was when I wasn't like, oh my god, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I was just like, hey, guy, let's do this weird thing. And you're like, you're the funny weird guy.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what's happening here.
How do you want me to set DC here for your diplomacy check against my character?
Actually, there's a rule set for that. One second.
I've got this.
Yeah. Diplomacy Pathfinder. Because it does go against something you have.
We have not touched any of the wrap on it, nothing, like not open.
I really couldn't give a shit less you could spit on it. I probably still fucking eat it.
I don't want to.
No.
I so don't
Okay.
want to.
So the DC checks on the charisma of both characters. So you're going to be running on charisma, so you have to fail. You would succeed, the character's DC changes by 5. So there's a set DC that needs to be set for the difficulty level of the conversation you're trying to have. So you as a DM get to set the difficulty level.
Against me?
Yeah, no, just general. Because if she's trying to convince you to give her an evil whip, that's a high difficulty level, but she's going to have to, it's her game. She has to set the difficulty level. So you're not hostile. What do you consider indifferent or friendly? Or helpful?
I am
Unfriendly or
in the
hostile?
thought of the whip.
Hostile, unfriendly, indifferent?
Hostile.
No, you can't be. Because
Against
you
the whip.
attack her. Unfriendly.
Unfriendly.
Unfriendly. So
I didn't know that was an option.
Yeah, hostile, unfriendly, indifferent, friendly, helpful. So if you're already starting at unfriendly, you're already at a 20 as your modifier. Your request going so high as that is to give aid that could result in punishment, give dangerous aid. It's already a +10 to your diplomacy modifier.
So the 30?
So what's your diplomacy modifier for Azra?
21.
So you all, no, it's already bad about that. So if +10, I mean, is to the modifier for already goes against her.
Yeah.
So it's a -10 technically.
It's technically an 11 then.
So you have an 11 on
And
the
you're
DC
already
20.
starting at a 20+. What's your ratio for change? It says 5 in the book. You can make it whatever you want.
5.
5 for convincing.
Yeah.
So if you roll 4 or above his DC, you get 5. You get 10. If you roll directly at his DC, you get 5. 10 is max. You can go on 1 per roll. So you want to get 4.
Give me a roll on the table.
Yeah,
I need
you
to.
gotta get
I want to verify this.
I literally just picked it up as an 18 on the die.
Okay, that's okay. So an 18 on the die, starting with what you currently have, which is an 11, gives you with the modifier.
29.
No, it doesn't, because it doesn't work with pure additives. It's based on +5 DC, unless the GM wants to overrule it. So you need to make, with that roll, you need 2 more successful checks to get a successful pass for 5 convincing.
Give me table rolls.
You're already doing pretty well, so you normally need 4, so you already merged 2 of them with that.
No, it was an 8.
What's yours? What's your charisma modifier?
+3.
And you're already at 20, so you're starting at a 23. You failed that one.
That one is an 18 on the die again.
Passed again. So you need 1 more pass. Don't need to convince you by 5. It's you have even
8.
That's
Wait, no, that's a
not a
D12.
D20.
I
was looking at it, I was like, do I
this is
say
a stone
something?
Oh yeah, no, that's in that 20.
No, it's in that 20.
You just shifted by 10 points, my friend. You are now from unfriendly to friendly in this particular conversation. So she has convinced you that, whereas you are not helpful yet.
I need her to RP it.
I know, but I'm saying
I have to do this by roll.
I get it. No. She has RP it. The rolls just mean though that she has convinced you that it is good for you to have cocaine, but you haven't convinced her to give you the cocaine yet. So now she's just convincing you that she's right now. Go ahead. You passed up the call. Really bad. Sorry.
The whip, it I want to be able to have those conversations, but I couldn't, with the decisions that I made, I couldn't justify getting it back in any way, shape, or form, and me trying to take it back from anybody wouldn't be any better. I had to tell you and to some extent gain somebody's trust. And it seems like I had to some extent Garyon's, and I felt like with you being an advocate for me, although you did tie me up, you hadn't attempted to kill me or immediately dispose or send me in. Or
Yeah, no, do that.
I'm thankful. And I would like to be able to tell each of you more, but I can't as long as, and she goes, Brother Thunnel has it.
I mean, it's fair. If the only place you can talk is the whip, the only place you can talk is the whip.
It's not a matter of...
I wouldn't be able to, even if I tried, I wouldn't be able to get it off of Thunnel. Not that I want to, but I mean, you can understand the hesitation. It's connected to a being of just unadulterated evil, so much that he's a god.
But the mutual benefit here is that every one of us wants information. Every one of us wants answers as to the extent of what has happened here and with who and what safe haven is there. We have access to more answers than we would ever have here.
Can I do a perception check?
Mm-hmm.
You can, but she can actually make a request of you because you're in the friendly category.
Hey, buzz off.
I'm so sorry.
I'm about to
RP it. I was waiting for that RP ad, but she can actually override any of your dice rolls right now with a request because you're in the friendly category.
I'm not doing.
I understand that. I'm just letting you know.
Hey! I'm doing general perception on the stuff around me, then I was gonna RP.
I understand. I just wanted to let it know what it is. Like, sorry. You're at a disadvantage, everybody.
I know I am!
She got you fair and square.
I'm not disagreeing.
Didn't even have to cast magic on this one.
18 on the die plus kind of booty perception, which is 8, so 26. What are we looking at around us?
So just genuinely like looking around.
Yeah.
I
mean, we're out at night.
Pretty quiet still. There's like one or two people that occasionally come in and out of the bar. Some are drunk, some are going in after like a long night. Looks like they had worked to some extended shift. Some are coming, what looks like home, from vacation. They're like putting their coats by the door, that kind of stuff. It's just basic traffic flow. But you would have noticed too, like progressively as you're having this conversation, Azura would have relaxed a little bit more around you. Like, you can tell she isn't as on edge, and she is almost trying to genuinely have a conversation.
Okay. I think with that, I think Aaron's gonna look. I won't promise anything, but I'll try to bring it up. I'll try to see if maybe we can work out a way to have that conversation. I'm not going to guarantee. I'm not going to listen. Do you know why I became a cleric of Caden Kalen?
You like alcohol?
No, actually, I came to cleric of Caden Kalen before I even imbibed any drink in my life. Never drank before I became a cleric of Caden Kalen, so it's not about for me. Why I became a cleric of Caden Kalen is because one, I love the wind at my back, dirt under my feet, and good friends around me. Just don't upset that, and you'll be on my good side.
I'll plan on it.
Perfect. Then, continuing forward, there's nothing to worry about. I'll bring it up to the funnel, see if maybe we can work some way out where we can safely, God knows if that can be a word that we use in regards to who's in there, but safely see if we can have a conversation about what we know moving forward in a place that you can discuss it. I appreciate that you trust me enough for that.
Aaron approves.
She would tuck the silver case back inside of like her little, almost like jacket of her armor. She goes into her bag and pulls out kind of like one of those size bottles. It's sealed. She kind of hands it over, but the way that she hands it is almost like in transition, like she like clasps it in your hand and kind of gives you just almost like a small half hug and just says, "There are gods like yours that still give me hope in this world." And she'll just kind of walk back inside.
Alright. I think I'll, with that, as soon as she's walked away, I'm still like sort of like enjoying the whiskey. I look down, I go, it's probably almost all burnt out.
Oh god, that is what actually the first reaction I ever had to smoking a cigarette.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was awful. I had to force myself to like enjoy it. It was easier to smoke than it was to dip where it was. So.
Why'd you gotta do the whiskey?
But yeah, the awful part about this is when she got you with pure diplomacy, so there's no magic to counter, there's nothing to counter on you, and going the other way after you've already been convinced down like that is so fucking hard.
I can't go the other way.
You can. One of us can convince you to it's just a bad idea, but it takes so much more effort than what she had to put in.
I'll let you know.
That's gross. It's a little gross.
I sort of tried to find a middle ground in that.
I know.
Like, hey, I'm not going to try to actively.
When she doesn't get it.
You didn't succeed enough for me to go. I need to.
Correct. If she had gotten the helpful with 10 more points, you would have been completely over. You would have helped her. Whatever her ask was, you would have stolen the goddamn thing from him somehow. Like, you would have died in the process, but you would have tried to steal it.
Even in mechanic, I would not do that.
No, it's true. The point is, you would have helped in some way, whether it was creating a distraction or for her to do it. You would have done something with her.
There would have been a lot of hesitancy.
Oh yeah, but being
convinced,
it very much would have looked like a bad conversation of Fallout 3 and 4. Like, I don't want to do it, but it's this, but I still want to do it, but it's this. Oh, maybe I'll do it. But this, I'm gonna murder that guy. It wouldn't go that poorly.
Terrifying presence, 87%.
I know. Alright.
So yeah, I think I'll finish off the
That's
drink.
cool. She'll
Go.
Okay.
Ah, that was awful. That was awful. That was awful. The drink was great, but
He's a fucking shithead.
I'm gonna try to, now that I'm outside, one, in order to do perception, make an active perception check now that she's gone again.
Okay.
And then two, I want to roll our percentiles.
And you wanna what?
I want to roll percentiles again.
Okay.
Percentiles. For
For
what?
sword.
No weapon.
Perception 18.
Okay.
Because I got a 10 on the dice. Is there like anyone like watching? Is there anyone paying special attention that I'd see?
You're tucked in kind of like I said, the alleyway, like on the side. So there's nobody really paying any mind to you. And if they are, it's just kind of one of those like they thought they saw something like shadow kind of esque, and it was just you guys standing there. It wasn't like a shadow or anything playing illusions on their minds. So it's just kind of like a double look back, and then they just kind of shrug it off and go.
And I'm going to try to start that conversation up again.
Okay.
I think RP wise, I'd sort of just say to the, I'd be like, that's what you were looking for?
Okay.
And then I got a 29 again.
Are you allowing a response?
I am gonna allow a response, yeah.
Okay. I told you, she lied. Did she not?
Yeah, she did. But I thought it'd be more of like she was gonna prevent me from. This is 7 now. Sorry.
Mid conversation. 7.
6. What the hell?
A lie is still a lie.
That's true.
Starts off with something minor like this, right? And develops into something bigger. What is she gonna lie to you about next?
Good question. Just if you want to answer, you can. I don't even know if you're still listening right now. Would you describe yourself as a pious person? Thing? Thought? Concept? Entity? I like concept more. I'm sticking with that.
I think that term could describe me.
It's like we're playing Guess Who, I'm knocking them down.
But it depends on the situation.
Piety is relative.
Depends on a matter of perspective.
Always does. Alright. Appreciate that.
Enjoy the whiskey.
I did. And with that, I'll cut it off. Head back inside. I'm assuming I should probably head back upstairs.
So you are heading upstairs to the room, or?
I was just down by the bar.
Oh, okay. So
Do
you're
I
just
wait? Do I
downstairs.
see Thummel when I walk in and he's at the bar?
Are you trying to like hide off in a corner, or are you just up at the bar?
I probably would ask the barkeep if he has anything to smoke.
Welcome, sir.
Are you being specific on the drug, or like just anything you're willing to smoke?
Anything, really.
He kind of pulls out like some unrolled tobacco that like you could pack in something.
Yeah.
He also has like, you know, your basic like dried herbs and like shit that's hanging up. So there's probably like.
What would smell the most appealing?
I think it depends on you. So I personally I like the smell of tobacco. So if you like that kind of like vanilla musk scent, then probably the tobacco. But if not, he probably would have like some lavender and like some dried flowers that you could essentially like botanicals that you could smoke. But it's nothing like what
Probably
you had
just do the
smoked.
dried flowers.
Okay. And he just kind of give you like a little bag, no charge.
Okay.
Okay.
Smoke it.
So they see him smoking in the bar. Azura would have gone upstairs.
I would probably go up to Funnel to start the conversation that I have been persuaded to join.
Just keeps on being when you won't actually start it.
I'll look at it here in a minute.
There's a carbon monoxide leak.
Yep. Okay.
That's why I got convinced so easily.
Jesus. So.
Oh?
Ta-da!
Yeah, it's a Samsung. It's temperamental, so I'll have to fix it. real quick.
Yeah, I'll approach him because I have to have this conversation. Why not now?
Are we all in the room together?
No. He's down at the bar smoking.
Good call.
I just walked in, I saw him, I was like, ooh,
Eric, just wanted to make sure
yeah,
we were.
here's the perfect time. I'll delicately broach this topic. If you wanna RP this now, or do you wanna go back to the room and then RP this later?
No, you do you first.
You're
That's
gonna have a
fine.
black eye and not be able to tell anyone why.
I can tell people.
Tunnel punched me.
I will say, you do smell the tobacco on him. Like it is clinging slightly to
To
the
me.
cloth that you have. Yeah.
Kid's first time smoking, you could obviously know smoking.
No, is it like the bad cigarette tobacco or?
No,
I
this is
mean
the best
it's
cigarette you
decent
could've
quality.
had.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
nice. It smells like that tobacco and like musk and vanilla.
Okay.
Like
It was
it's
not a
it's
vape
really
pack,
well
man. She had it in
made.
a case. It was a
Yeah, they were in a
velvet case.
silver case with red velvet lining.
I'm not putting Newports in like.
I mean,
The
Calistera.
second I would smell on him, he'd take a really heavy puff and just fucking blow it right all over him.
I just came to talk, but that was a little bit. Why'd you do that?
You smell.
Yeah, that's.
Went for a smoke.
I'm trying. I didn't like it. I don't like it. It's not for me. I don't think I could. I don't think I should because
Herbs.
I don't want to look. I'm gonna respectfully decline. I'll sort of slide like maybe a silver across the bar top to get maybe just
A drink.
yeah, just a tankard of beer. No, thank you so much. That's more my speed. So generally, quick thing. I'm gonna need to pause something with you. Now I'm not sure how you'll exactly take it, given the general history behind it. And before I mention anything, I need you to know that I'm a little bit hesitant as well. For sanctity of having some clarity with thought and action and what's going on with us, maybe specifically in the history of possibly the asylum in general. Azura came to me to start a conversation. Now, I know what she did in the past is unforgivable, but
Which part?
was trying to murder all of us twice, and then physically stabbed us. I'm not exactly a live and let live type of person, but I believe in some semblance of letting go of the past. Well, not letting go. You hold on to it. What am I trying to say here? Sorry, I've had a few drinks, but moving forward. I'll say that. That's probably a bit of a she mentioned to me that the only place that we could have a conversation and speak freely, because at least from what she told me, it sounds like she can't speak freely outside of it. And you'll note when he said outside of it, and she, well, I told her I wouldn't promise anything, but I'd at least have a conversation to see everyone else's opinion. Wanted to see if we can have a conversation in such a way.
Did she know?
Yes, it was. She didn't specifically ask me to like give it back because I'm not going to. Because
you really couldn't.
I couldn't, and for one, I don't want her to be the one with control of it.
Okay.
But if we did one other way to maybe have us be in the reins of that conversation and when it takes place, I thought it might be a conversation worth pursuing.
And do tell. Was this after the cigarette and alcohol?
She handed me a cigarette, and I hadn't smoked it because I hadn't smoked one before, and I didn't know how I'd react. It was poorly, by the way, and it is after the alcohol, but I mean, I don't really use a good sense of general elegance. Not that I have that much to do.
I'm not really sure what to say in response.
I get it.
The most I will say
Yes.
is I will take it underneath very little consideration.
Honestly, farther than I expected you to bring it.
Me too.
I thought you'd punch it in for bringing it up.
You know, I'm not really one to punch the messenger. Maybe burn alive, but punch not so much. So I think it's best that you can, if you okay, I'm gonna say this as nicely as possible. If you can convince Seren and Garion, well, it'll be under conversation.
I said that I'd make an attempt.
You did.
That's what you do.
I mean, you can at least try Seren.
Oh yeah, I'm trying Seren, maybe Gary, if he will
Smite you
on the spot. Yeah, maybe you'll get some leeway. Not after I kind of
I'd start with Seren.
Start with Seren. Alright, and I'll finish off.
He'll start to head up.
Let's go have some talks. And walk upstairs.
Alright. Schalzer would walk upstairs, help get the fire set, everybody kind of situated as the sun sets for the evening. Gets later in the afternoon. If you guys needed to shower, bathe, do anything, worship, whatever you wanted to do.
Oh, I'll worship.
She's just kind of preparing the room.
When Funnel got a second to himself, he probably would have secured the whip just a little tighter.
I would have started meditating with Hellforge at some point.
Okay.
I for sure would have taken a bath.
I think.
Pulled out some of the dried herbs from my
I I would have taken a bath too, but then meditated in the night.
I think maybe praying might be nice. Maybe trying to commune could be fun.
I think probably we'll have to do that another time.
For what?
These camp.
Unless you want to learn it. Didn't think so.
Barbarian's like,
yeah,
fuck
okay.
off.
He's already
I want-
snoring on the
You wanna
couch by
learn?
the fireplace.
Okay, so then he would probably, after you finish whatever you were doing, he'd probably teach you.
Yeah.
So I would just teach her the word danger.
Okay.
So I'm trying to commune with Kate and Caitlin.
Okay, go on.
Send him like a bard, I get like a bonus or. I feel like Caitlin was also too good. Could I get like a advantage? 7.
God damn, dog.
Alright. Alright. Where are you when you're trying to commune exactly?
Probably just in the corner of the room. Like I'm not.
You got that bonus.
I was in. Yeah, I was in. Just like I went off to myself. I was like, I saw Darian crying, and I'm like, oh.
So you kind of like
Gotta be a good cleric.
sit down for a moment, and you see him kind of like focus in on himself, and you kind of go, you know, maybe a different way of adjusting or doing things. You know, all right, cool. And you reach out, and the next thing you know, when you go to look up, you are sitting at a table with King Caitlin again. Table this time though, not a bar top.
Okay, this is a little bit more direct.
You wanted a conversation.
That's fair. Hey, always do.
Here, come on.
Sorry, man. You got long legs.
Oh, footsies under the table.
Off and on throughout game.
Gotta let him know he cares somehow.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I think I'll be talking to dice.
Yeah, I guess hand holding across the table's too inconvenient.
Oh, completely. Perfect. Beautiful. Beautiful.
I mean, I could. Sometimes, you know, you commune and you get the herald. You don't get to the head honcho. I know you like to be a little bit more hunted. That's fair. Okay.
Yeah, you were sent with a gift. Are you gonna share it?
I'll check to see, do I have the bottle on me? Hell yes, I'm gonna pull the glasses out.
Pull the glasses out.
Okay, and hey,
He'll take it. He'll take a sniff and kind of almost like reminisce for a second, and then he'll slam it back.
Ah, that's nice. It's good, huh?
It's been a while.
Since what?
Had it.
Okay. Before?
Yeah.
Like, as a deity?
136
As a deity.
years ago. To be exact.
If you're surprised that a deity of alcohol has had some of the finest alcohol on the planet, I'm really, really going to question your piety.
I'm not questioning that it's...
Listen, he's young.
Every single alcohol this person has drank. But the fact that you gave me a specific year...
Yeah. I know. He knows exactly where the year goes out. Come on, man.
Come on now.
It's obviously a hint, I'm just saying. Don't question your gut.
Reminds me of simpler times. However, this bottle's a little bit more complex.
Than when you had it?
Yeah, than what I had it last.
Oh. In a good way? Or?
Yeah. I mean, it's aged longer.
Oh yeah, that'll do it. Sorry. It's been a long few weeks.
Seems like it for you.
Yeah, no, not exactly what I expected. You leave town, you go off, you're like, I need to find a group of people who are a little bit rugged and maybe adventure, and you get yourself into, it's one of my, I have to worship adventure. You're a god of it. I just didn't think it'd be so mind-fucky.
When you're dealing with something that doesn't necessarily exist on this plane of existence anymore, it becomes difficult.
Yeah.
For other people to understand, that is. Alcohol's simple and straightforward.
Exactly, you get what you get, and there's no sort of twisted turns other than good flavor.
Yeah, but unfortunately my story isn't exactly that, of which is simple. It's filled with complexity, struggles, battles, and, the rise to me.
He didn't get lucky.
He doesn't know
He
how.
was really cool.
He doesn't know how he passed the exam.
Yeah, that's so fucking rad. He got drunk, blacked out on a bender. He fucking woke up and he was like, "You're a god now."
That's luck, bro.
That's not luck. That's pure skill.
Yeah, okay.
I love this guy. Can I try to verify something?
Sure.
So, did talk about how remembering too much might not be so good for
Your brain.
me. Yeah, me handling memories going
Yeah.
forward. Why wouldn't I be able to handle my own memories? Am I me?
You are you. But the level of complexity does not just reach this realm. It extends beyond many others. Your qualms on this realm are not over, but they also aren't simple. And it's not the memories you can't handle, it's what is associated. What risk or what reward you may get or not get. It's what happens when you, I believe as one of your friends likes to call it, raise the stakes.
I wouldn't say we're exactly friends.
Acquaintances.
Yeah, just kind of met.
She can still drink you under the table.
I'd like to see her try. Probably not for now, where we are, with everything being affected by I'm gonna need your help finding out who's poisoning the supply of alcohol here. It's sacrilege, if anything.
I'll do what I can.
Yeah. Hell, even if you didn't, I'm glad you're listening.
It's my job.
You never have to. Some are a lot more fickle than you. I'm not gonna name any names, but
Listen.
I have two chosens of them in my party.
Oh, good. Well, if this one keeps bringing liquor, I'll be alright. We'll keep being on talking terms. She always was the rational but short-tempered one out of the group.
Yeah, fire seems to match the theme.
Or Spitfire, as most call her. Don't say anything about that to any of them.
Cecile. Hey, before I head out, close the tab. Is it a good idea to let Azra have the whip back?
I'm uncertain what the potential could happen.
It's Zon Cathon, we can't.
We can't, but we can.
Can't, but we have to.
And I believe that's where it's going. If other information is to be disclosed, it seems like both Azra and Calistera made it clear on how it is to happen. And considering I don't believe any of you are, well, I mean, and nor would she at this moment, willing to sleep with her to reach a different plane, in a sense.
People think that I did twice.
Well,
I didn't mean to.
listen, I just roll with it at this point.
Yeah.
At least it makes you experienced rather than not.
No, it doesn't. It makes me fraudulently experienced.
I mean, tomato, tomato?
That's okay. I'm feeling more tomato than I am tomato, but you get what you get.
Yeah, I mean, you're in a different city, you know.
People don't know me.
Yeah,
Here.
Vegas
Maybe I can just
competition.
present myself.
Exactly.
Anyway, yeah, no.
Opportunities.
What's the point? All right. Well, it'll be rough convincing that to the rest of our motley crew.
All you can do is try.
That's the best any of us can do. I'll have a good story for you when I get back. Keep the tab open, and I'll walk out the proverbial door.
And are you
pop
leaving
out
that
my
bottle of alcohol?
Real quick,
offer
again,
for my baby.
do we have a sample of the drug that we're trying to track down?
No, but everything.
But
We have the
I've been
alcohol.
purifying the alcohol that I've been given at the bar top.
No, I'm not sorry for that.
So we have
I have a vial.
a vial of what was on the original town or city or whatever
Yes.
it was. What is being spread around this town is a similar drug that was used on people at the monastery to almost
So we don't have a sample of that drug.
It's kind of like the stuff in the grove, right?
I have
No.
like a half shot of the alcohol that we were given that has the drug in it.
Yes.
Excellent. Can we, because we were only unfortunately going to have a one-shot cannabis, you only have a half shot, have we considered taking this to an alchemist and actually having them distill it?
Yeah,
And separate...
I think that was discussed last
I don't know
time.
if we have a great relationship with alchemists.
Okay, obviously this one doesn't need to go, but the point is, have it distilled out so that we can get the basic compound out of it. If we can figure out the basic compound, we can figure out, the alchemist will figure out a reactionary compound, we can then at least start testing certain objects, and if it really reacts certainly, we know that the drug is present in it.
I have 3 vials of it because we took 6 shots. I gave 2 of them to him.
Okay.
So wait, no, that's 4.
Alright, then we need to, our next step should probably be to go to an alchemist and see if they can distill this down into separate components.
I also do have an alchemy kit.
We need a master alchemist.
Okay.
We have a master alchemist. This needs
I'm
to be,
not.
otherwise you're gonna burn through this.
Loser.
No, I don't mean it like that. We need a master alchemist more, why? Because the next thing we want is a derivative compound.
Yeah.
Something that actually reacts to it, so that we can literally, if we buy drugs, we find something, we can literally sort of, oh, these are drugs that we just tested. Nope, those aren't it. Oh shit, we found it. Who's got sold this? Let's find it. We need it in, and we don't have it in right now.
We're on the no-fly list for most alchemists, man.
I know, but we can figure it out.
I'm not.
Yeah, she's not.
You're not. He's
but
not.
He's not either. I'm not even either. I wasn't even around for that.
You were with our party.
Yeah, and I have a fire gun. Anyway, we need to probably go and have these tested and probably see if we can distill them.
After we pay.
100%.
Yeah. So I'm gonna leave the bottle as an offering to Kate and Kale, and then just sort of pop out of meditation.
So you come back to the room. The bottle has left your person, and you are around everybody getting ready for bed.
Alright. At one point, I'm gonna need to have a conversation with Seren.
He nudged the Q-tip bottle,
Mhm.
and the
No one
plate
else
was
has
on
done
it,
it.
so I got nervous.
No, I think she's meditating and
Yeah.
Maybe it's like
You got to
calm for
probably
the
wait
morning.
until tomorrow morning.
Oh, so you're not like up right now?
No,
meditating.
I'm up. I'm meditating with my sword.
Oh, then can I wait till after she's done doing that RP and then have a conversation with you?
Hmm?
Yeah. Yeah.
If you want to join in on that, or if
Do
anyone wants to
you
join
want me
in.
to join in on that?
I have no preference. I think it would be.
You have to convince me as well if you want to get his.
Yes.
So.
Also, we haven't like talked about the chains that now has on his arms yet.
We don't need to talk about
Honestly, since we don't,
I
you're the last
think we
person who's
do.
bringing up things on the arms that we haven't talked about, so.
I mean, that's fair. That's why Sam, she wouldn't bring it up, but like, just saying, it hasn't been
I
talked
understand,
about.
we're just gonna ignore that.
Yeah.
Riley pointing her finger to the air. I'm seeing kind of a double standard here. On Women's Month.
It's called
On
punishment.
a women's month.
How come we're ignoring the man?
But
when
I
he
got
has a
called
couple
out
of-
for it.
Because obviously he's got chains of fire on his arm. You had a rock growing on your arm. Difference.
I know.
Chains of fire from a god clearly or a demon. We'll figure that out later. Yours was a problem.
It could be a
It
problem.
would be a problem.
Just saying.
It's senses is good magic, and
Alright.
Are you?
Who's gonna do theirs next?
Wait, what?
Any instance. What
Are
are
you
you
trying
guys
to
doing? It's
meditate
bedtime.
with your weapon to
What
talk
is
to it?
happening?
Well, yeah. I'm trying to attune to it.
Oh. Do you have to roll anything for that?
I don't know. I've been telling her that I've been doing it, but she hasn't been saying anything back. She's
Nothing's
been saying
happened
okay.
yet.
So Yeah.
Does she have to roll anything for it?
There is going to be no communion. Whatever is supposed to happen, it is not responding.
At what point did you look done? Because Aaron needs to have a conversation with you. And, yeah, Aaron's just behind you going.
It'd be at least a couple hours.
I'll be one for that.
Yeah. I'll wait the time because I need to have this conversation with you.
Everyone else is asleep. I found that.
Alright.
Alright.
Well.
So before you go to bed, but right after you get out of meditation, if you open your eyes, I'll just be sort of crouched there. And sort of like a squat, like in front of you, like knees on, elbows on my knees, fists on my cheek, like this. Hi.
You know my hands are very close to a weapon.
Yeah, I know, but I figure you wouldn't stab me. If anything, if you're gonna get physically violent, the best thing you're gonna do is either punch me or slap me.
Do you know my history with weapons and the party members of this group?
Yeah, everybody.
I've pulled many blades on multiple people.
Yeah, I know, but you wouldn't stab me.
Wouldn't I?
No. And then, because that's what Aaron generally thinks, genuinely. I don't think you would. Not particularly. Now that everyone is asleep, I'd love to have this conversation with. Well, at least he's sort of.
Can you wake me up?
I'd probably like call out to you. Gary. Who? Who's that?
Brother.
Oh, I wanted to have a conversation with you and Sarin. Is Maury like passed out?
Is Sarin awake? I look over. Is Sarin actually up?
Yeah, I'm awake.
Let's do it.
Perfect. Because I know like you're probably asleep. You're sleeping or meditating.
Meditating.
The good bug.
I don't know what Ozra or Lady Luck are doing.
Ozra would be sitting by the fireplace. Lady Luck at this point would probably be like leaned up against the back headboard, like passed out with the cards in her hand. Like she is exhausted.
A perfect spread while she's sleeping.
Has
She's shuffling while she's unconscious.
Has anybody like actually questioned her age?
Nope.
Nah.
Like visually, what would she have looked?
Generally.
Visually.
Is she an elf?
No.
She's human?
She appears human.
Okay.
She looks to be about 15, 16 years old.
Oh,
no
shit.
shot. That's
she
crazy.
is a kid.
Okay.
What do we call this?
What do you mean? Why are you?
Anyway,
Yeah. So everyone else is sleeping.
She's that
Ozra's-
tired kid, like zonked out in the corner, like in the back seat from like a really long day at the theme park.
Dude, that's just fucking me in
Just
general.
out,
Yeah. I think.
gone.
it's. Ugh. Oh.
Subtle.
I didn't do anything.
Well,
What?
you know that you didn't do anything. The rest
rest
of
of
us.
us.
Have the rest of us
Aaron did not do anything.
That's not what the rest of us think.
Motive.
Maury Povich comes out. Whoa! Is
Anyway,
that Chris Hansen? No. So if you're, I'll be waking you up. I'll like, can we have a conversation? And I'll turn maybe towards Ozra. So it's like, do you want to do
Do?
part of the conversation?
No, I think you can handle it.
Cool. Okay. Darian, Sarin. Sorry to wake you. Sorry to interrupt if I was interrupting anything. Wanted to stop by you with a quick suggestion, if you're willing. One way or another. You gonna hear me out? Okay. So it's gonna be a bit rough. I will let you know that I hold no expectations of this. Though I have been advised by a deity recently that it might be a necessity to be done.
Which deity?
I will give you 3 guesses. There we go. Watch yourself. It's
wonderful.
Watch your tone. Watch your tone.
Carry on.
Your tone is
Proceed,
unbecoming of your own.
never.
I'm gonna proceed. I'm gonna proceed. You do not need to tell. I'm gonna proceed.
Please get to the point.
Right. Sorry. So with everything that has happened, and you know, I certainly do not say let's forget the past, but rather maybe we move forward in a positive direction from it, for the sake of brevity. We may need to have a conversation inside of Ozra's whip.
Yeah, you know, I've made it a personal goal to really not have anything to do with that thing.
Yes.
So
Yes. Yep. I am not too keen on the idea either. She had brought it up to me, and originally
let me guess, during a private conversation?
During a private conversation.
That only you two knew about.
Do you mind if I touch it?
On me?
Yes.
Is it gonna hurt? Okay.
Still mind. Just making sure you're not hurting like anybody.
Okay.
Which you're not, surprisingly.
I feel a little bit more clear in what I'm wanting to present.
She actually convinced you of this.
Yeah.
How under the fucking sun did she do that?
I mean, what it seems to be is that there are things that involve, whether it be Clara or the asylum, that she knows but cannot, whether by magical or forced means, speak to us on this plane or her own some pocket of existence.
Hypothetically, let us just assume that Zorin and I, some weird way, agree with you, and we are going to back you on this.
Yeah.
How do you possibly think you're going to convince Brother Tuttle to give you that whip? Because even with us backing you, I doubt we could overpower him.
Oh, well, funny thing, he said if I can convince you and Serin.
Well, the thing is, you haven't convinced me at all.
Yes,
I'm
sure that was sort of, that's what I'm going forward. If that makes sense. Now, I was hesitant about it, even after I had a conversation with Funnel, because, I mean...
Serin, he's not magically compelled for this, so I have to ask the question to you directly. Do you think he's stupid? Because I don't think he was until this moment. When Azar somehow convinced him that she deserves to win. Or needs to win. So, answer that. I never questioned his mental fortitude until right now.
I'm going to stop you there. You've done it multiple times.
No,
but
I question your sanity, I question a variety of things, but never your soundness of mind like this. To have someone convince you that an evil item to a decadent god of destruction, a twisted, corrupted being, that his whole purpose is to bring down the realms, is a worthwhile endeavor to hop the fucking side to have a conversation.
So you think I'm stupid?
No. I don't think anymore. know at this point.
I think that this is a piss poor job at trying to convince me to have tea with an insane god.
Okay. You did it this time.
You're on
So
my side of the table.
I'm not. This is the middle of the fucking table. These have giant legs.
How dare you guys?
We're the two tallest fucking people in this room. We're on the other side of the table, even if we sit down normally.
I mean, I don't know. Riley and I are pretty
We
tall.
have never played footsies under the table.
No, whatsoever. Riley and I are pretty
I
tall.
have my legs straight too. Like they're like.
Anyway, how do you
Yeah, no, I understand that I'm doing a piss poor job. I questioned it myself, and I communed with Kate and Kaylin. It's something I brought up to him.
voted on you? And you see how fucking language that your god was
Yeah.
using. By all means, give this person the evil artifact again. So I just can't believe it. Hold on. I know I'm gonna lose because of the possible way you're not lying to me because I know you're not lying to me.
Does that make a sense, motive?
That's a 5. Doesn't matter. You can.
No.
You believe in the thing?
I believe that you believe it's the right thing to do, and that your God told you to.
Yeah, that's what I believe. I believe that you believe what you're saying is truth and is facts, and you believe what you believe. I'm trying to figure out how it is you came to believe that.
I think if you want to roll a sense motive, you can pick up on something that he's conveying in his voice. You're not gonna get it if you roll the fucking 5.
Need precautions.
Okay.
That's so good.
It's a dirty 20.
Okay, yeah. You could probably tell that it's not that he has faith in the idea, but rather it's that he has faith in his God. He didn't even when Aaron was describing it, it doesn't sound like he's trusting himself, but he knows when someone knows more.
So, what made you question your God about this?
He didn't question his God, is what I'm saying. He trusts implicitly in his God.
What made you question your God about the situation?
Oh, I didn't understand what you were well, I mean, it's a fucking evil whip. Like, I mean, she no offense, because obviously that she can hear me in this, but why would I want to get that back? But
exactly, that's exactly. And see, now you're facing the problems that Gary and I, and probably Thunel, is all coming to conclusion to. If you yourself do not agree with this, why would you go and question your God about this? What happened? What was said? What did she say to convince you that this was something that you needed to go and question your deity about to make sure that it was something that you should do?
Wow. I'm shocked.
I've proven magically you're not compelled. I've proven inclusively that you're lying about communing with your God. Your God, unfortunately, is on the same side as my God, and very close to her.
I'm not.
I have to come out on his side on this one. So, unfortunately, his deity, whereas not fallible, is unfortunately giving him solid advice because his deity won't send him into danger unwillingly.
So can I be clear?
yes, I understand what you're asking. Why I even brought it up in the first place.
Thank you. I'm not questioning his God.
Yes.
I'm not questioning the intelligence of his God or the advice of his God. I don't give a shit what his God said about the situation.
Because he's so cool.
Whatever. I am wondering why he felt the need to come to his God in the first place.
I don't. Because I understand that why he came to his God is the same reason that I would go to Sarah and Ray in the exact same
Yeah,
position.
but she's not religious.
So,
Gary, she doesn't know.
Come to
Let me break it down. I'm a learned cleric. bizarre. And he's saying he didn't question my fucking intelligence before. I've counted the times, I've written them down.
I'm sure.
The reason why I brought it up in the first place to confirm is because I struggle advocating for ideas that I can't put anything behind. I mean, Caden Kalen, I can put a lot behind him. He was real. He lived a life that we did. And now he's a god. If I can level with anyone, I can level with him. And if there's something that's weighing on my mind where I'm unsure, but at least an argument's been presented, Gary can confirm I'm at least not lying about it.
He's not.
I come to Kate and Caitlin. Whether that be through a feeling when I share a drink with someone or talking to the deity directly. He said that this isn't something that we want to do. It's something that we have to do. That's why I'm coming and getting approval on all of it. From Thummel because he has the whip, from Garion because if I do it incorrectly he'll smite me off the face of the earth.
So whose idea was it to talk to the whip in the first place?
Not to the whip.
Whatever. Whose idea was it for us to get involved with the fucking whip? Aaron, please don't place with me right now.
I will
answer the question.
I thought I was helping to clarify. It was Ozra. So what?
Still Azra and I had a conversation prior to that.
Huh?
At this point, Seren's gonna get up and walk out of the room.
I wanna know!
Now, to be fair,
No, Seren's gonna get up and walk out of the
to
room.
be fair,
Fuck!
hold on, before you leave, hear me out.
She's already
No,
left!
I'm left. I'm gone.
Fantastic message to Seren, hear me out before you
No, she's walking away. She's not even bothering to hear the message. You have to understand, Seren is so fed up with not being told shit by everybody else who's calling her a leader. She's fed up with everything.
Well, to be fair, this all just happened in the last couple hours, so you.
But no one's told what has all this happened. I've been sitting down listening to them argue with somebody over a fucking toe missing.
Yeah, I know, and I had the conversation upstairs, and then Aiden had the conversation with her, and now Aiden's telling you about it, and now I'm telling you about it. So this is actually the time when we would be telling you about it. So we are actually telling you about it.
Yeah, but you gotta do it in the right way!
I couldn't just come out and be like,
Yeah.
This was so. At what point were you going to say something?
when he was done.
About, your conversation was a little bit...
Yeah.
Aaron's good.
But
I didn't want to interrupt him. He was going really fine. I tried to interrupt him a couple times. He's like, "No, I got this." So I mean, I just let him go.
And this is the message conversation you guys are having?
well, this is the result of bad communication amongst the group.
understand that.
So now your leader is utterly pissed off with the party. So you guys can figure out a way to fix that, and then try to talk to her at the same time.
Damn it!
Because you guys can't communicate.
I was doing such a good job presenting this information. This was like the first time, Gary, that I had a point. And it was working for a second. Okay, I don't need to sleep right now. We can all... Okay, we're gonna have that conversation. If you want to... Never mind. We'll talk about it later. And he's gonna try to chase after Seren
Bye.
to finish the conversation.
I'm gonna go back to meditating.
I don't want to do this much RP. How far away would you have gotten between the time of you going out and me chasing after you?
If it wasn't nothing but a few seconds, then I probably wouldn't have made it very far.
Less than a minute.
I'm literally just storming out. I'm not like running away or anything. I just needed to get away before I actually like threw a dagger at someone.
Aaron's gonna try to pick up his pace and like call out to you. Serene, please don't like at least don't kill anyone.
Why do you think I walked away?
I know. I figured at least. And I'll try to stop you in the stairwell.
This is just a lot of information.
I know, I understand.
We've been receiving a lot of information in separate bits.
That last bit I did not know about, and honestly,
That's
I'm kind of with you. I'm with you.
That's
I'm with
my
you
point.
on that. I'm with you on that.
It's like everybody's always having something to happen that no one else seems to know about. No one seems to say anything.
That's why I mean, you can. You weren't the first person I came to about this. I'll let you know that for sure. It was Funnel, but that's only because he was the first person I saw walking in the bar. The second person was my guard because I needed to confirm it. Then you. Well, I brought in Gary in too because, I mean, eventually I did have a conversation with him. I thought maybe having you there would make it a little bit easier.
Yes, but see, my problem is that Gary had a conversation, and
Yeah.
his first thing was to fucking meditate.
Yeah, he didn't tell.
He didn't decide to go and say anything to
anyone about-
anyone.
No, yeah,
he
no,
decided to meditate.
It-
So now we're finding out information from him later on that could pertain to what you're saying.
Exactly.
And now you understand why Seren's pissed. People can understand why Seren's pissed. This is why Seren walked out and was 2 moments away from stabbing everybody in the head and just saying fuck it.
I'll like hold close my my holy symbol because I realize she's talking in the third person and that's normally the time before it gets run. She's not using irony. Oh yes, no. And you'll see him visibly get afraid. I get it. No. It's a conversation that we need to have, and honestly, it's good that we're having it within the day rather than within the week. We used to be within the week. Tell me we didn't used to be a conversation that has to wait until Friday before we bring it up.
So in those words, you're gonna see reason start to creep in. You're gonna see reason start to creep in, and she's gonna just take a breath, and she's like, "You're right. You're right. It doesn't stop the frustration."
I know, no. Why would it? Because it's very frustrating. But it's comparatively less frustrating than if it was even later down the road. We'd like it to be order of events. Obviously, that's not what we're dealing with. I say, let's go down.
To be fair, you did know about my conversation with Osler because she told you at the very beginning.
She didn't mention
Yeah, she did.
the contents.
Didn't have to. She mentioned that conversation did in fact happen though. So you knew
Yes.
you knew I had had a conversation with her. That yeah. So.
But it
I'm
wasn't.
bringing you up late, but that's just because I wanted to meditate on it first before I talked to anyone about it.
I know you did. Give us We're getting the kicks out of the chain. 2 chains.
You did not just fucking point at me and say that.
You are 2 chains, my friend. You are screwed.
For our audio only listeners,
I hope
all
you
of
know Christmas for this year, it's gonna be so fucking great. I
For our audio only
cannot
listeners,
fucking
we
wait.
have 2
so
chains at the
funny.
table. 2 chains. Say hello.
2 chains of Dwayne Finest.
That wasn't him, but he's a
He's
little shy.
apparently, mute and blind.
Mute and blind. 2 chains.
Sleeping
Recent
can't
accident.
speak.
Hopefully we're gonna get Fetty Wap on for next session. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I got in touch with his agent. No promises yet, but we're gonna have a concert. There's a Fetty Wap concert. You can put my word to it.
Oh my god. Anywho.
Yeah.
A bard walks in called Fetty.
So let's go downstairs. Let's go to the bar. We're gonna have 2 beers. I'm gonna purify both of them. Make sure that we don't get any weird shit in there. We're gonna finish hashing out the thing with the whip. Most likely tomorrow morning we're gonna have to have a conversation about the conversation and how it relates to our conversation with the contents of the conversation. As hellish as it sounds, I mean, tomorrow we're going topside. We have to pay off the bounty. This might be the last chance of privacy that we get.
I'm sorry, who has to pay off the bounty?
We're gonna have to figure that out too.
Yeah, you have to figure that one
Oh,
out.
well, we got the gold there.
Hey, I'm not being assumptive. Stop being short with me.
I'm still a little
I
frustrated.
know, but it's not. Don't direct it this way.
You're part of the problem.
Come on, you know that I've been trying to be better about the problem than it has been. I came to you immediately. It's been less than an hour.
You didn't come to me immediately. You said you went to Thunnel, and then you went to your god, and then you came to me.
Thunnel burst through the door. Needed to talk with him because he has the whip. Came to my god because why wouldn't I? I need to confirm if I even need to talk to you about it. Come on. Let's get a drink. We can at least hash out the finer details.
While they're doing that, I'm gonna cast divination.
Okay.
I want to check the validity of a certain claim.
Okay.
Fuck yes.
Sorry, now we're playing footsies.
Yeah,
That was me.
listen.
That was me moving my leg. Sorry.
The veracity of the claim isn't so much him talking with his god, it's the safety of the whip for us to commune inside, talk inside of it. I don't care about how evil it is. I'm asking
Yeah.
literally, is it safe for us to be in it and have a conversation?
Finish it off.
It can be.
Down on-
It all
you get it
depends
in two
on
things.
how it is
Really big.
orchestrated and
That
who
has to
chooses
find
to
more
handle
time
the
for that.
situation.
Thank you.
It's selective.
Thank
Yeah.
you. That's what I was curious about.
You're getting one drink.
One drink.
One.
One drink. Now, I will also get a drink.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm at my limit. I'm almost approaching 25. And at that point, if I don't want to black out, I have to stop at least before 50. Moderation. And then, and I think, can we go down and like try to hash out the finer details like over the night before we go to bed, just over a drink?
At that point, I would say I'm gonna need a lot more than a drink.
Liquor? I can't give you any money because technically you have most of it. I have enough for drinks, but
Let's just go get the drink.
go get the drink. Yeah, then we're gonna go downstairs to the bar top, finish out the conversation on like what I'd go into detail on more of what Ozra told me.
Okay.
Because we're out of earshot of everyone else in that room because we're downstairs in the busy bar.
Correct.
I'll give her. I'll say. I was like, hey, this is everything that I know from this conversation. This is stuff that I still haven't told Funnel or Gary yet. And he'll give you at least the full details, going all the way to the end with the cigarette and me coughing like a fucking loser.
You probably shouldn't take cigarettes if you haven't smoked them before.
I don't know. It looked cool when she was doing it, and then Funnel he's smoking it on his pipe.
Okay, first of all, what Funnel smokes is completely different. It's completely different.
It smelled like tobacco.
It's not. It's
Or was it rolled
different.
It
herbs?
was all herbs,
Yeah.
dried flowers.
It smells like smoke.
Yeah, but it wasn't the same thing. It wasn't as harsh. Tobacco's not fun for first timers. And
so much simpler.
And secondly, so you knew about this conversation that Garion had before you even came to talk to me or Thunnel.
Yeah, but the way that she presented it made it seem like it was just a conversation. She didn't bring up details. She didn't bring up.
I suppose she wouldn't have known her.
She just said that she talked to him. I mean,
You just acted mighty surprised when he said he had a conversation. I was just wondering.
Well, I mean, when it was in relation to the way that he presented it, you can see my hesitation on it. When someone is talking to you and they go, well, actually, on anything.
I guess we should note that presentation is important for you.
Hey.
Hey, let's not get a little fussy here.
Come on now. I'm paying for these drinks with your money.
I was thinking about that as she's like, hey, let's go get some drinks that you're gonna pay
for.
for.
Yeah, exactly.
Leader!
That's why I said one. He started with like 5. I'm like, no, we're getting 1.
Right.
Okay, so, alright.
Yeah, no, I mean, and I don't know if she's comfortable with me sharing it, but I'm not going to hide something from you. And I told her she shouldn't expect me to. There's others of whatever they did to Funnel. More prototypes, as she called it.
Prototypes?
Prototypes.
So Funnel's a prototype.
A later stage of one, but...
What the fuck are these people doing?
I don't know. She said that she came in to heal and cure and find answers, the solutions to problems, but she knows more than she lets on, and according to both her and confirmation from Kate and Kaylin, the only place we can get answers to those specifics is within the whip.
So, are you sure that they said like all of us have to go in the whip? Like,
No.
so it's not all of us.
Nope.
So I don't have to go.
You do not have to go.
Who does?
Anyone who wants to have an open conversation about maybe Ozra's direct involvement with the asylum.
So you should probably be there, sir. If you want the information directly and not have to worry about it back in a telephone, this is your opportunity.
You know, those reasonings suck. Those reasonings suck.
When have I ever presented it that it's a good reasoning? I still don't want to do it. Kaylin doesn't want me to do it. And I'm not saying that we have to, but...
So this is the only way to get information on Ozra's involvement in this asylum.
Supposedly. At least from her mouth directly.
Are we supposed to get information from her, or are we getting information from the dude in the whip?
Well, she made it seem like it's the only way that she can speak freely. Though I'm sure that Zonky Thon are going to have some choice words.
It's the only thing that she can... And you made sure that she was telling the truth.
Yeah?
We do actually know from past experience with the whip that the whip has separate locations in it. It's not just Zonkuthon in that whip. We do know there's another location she can go to in that whip that's not connected to him.
Well, you know that. We don't.
I don't
We
know
don't.
that we know that.
Yeah, you just did your divination. I have touched it. I have had tea with
My
Sun
apologies, I forgot.
So,
Oh yeah, all
no.
that we know is one, nothing
touched?
happened when I touched it.
When you guys come back up, I'll tell you this, but carry on.
You touched it.
My bad, I jumped the gun there, carry on.
Careful when you present the information.
Got it, go.
I need you to be cautious on this
My
one.
bad, that was my fault.
She will stab you.
No, that was my bad.
And she's drunk now.
I'm not drunk as one drink.
She's such a lightweight.
I can already see now walks back through. By the way, I know this information.
Yeah.
Dagger just started flying.
Aaron jumps in front of the blade. He's got, I did all this work!
Alright.
Yeah, so, you know, Zay, I mean, all that we know about the even going into it, she'll probably have to let us in, because Nothing happened when I touched it, but our monk got taken to have tea. Nothing happened when Garion touched it.
We don't know what happened when they touched it. We can say nothing happened.
We can think that something happened. We can think that nothing happened. But
Honestly,
we don't know anything definitively. You're right about that.
I don't know what to think because I keep on getting information hours after it happens. No one tells me things until it's all of a sudden pop up important. Like, oh yeah, hey guys, I forgot. This happened.
Hey now, I came to you directly. I waited for you to finish what you were doing.
My point is that we don't know the truth about everybody's involvement with that whip.
Yes. We do not know the full extent of the information that we're going to need to make a safe decision. But and you're going to hate me for saying it. When have we ever made a safe decision?
100% honest and correct.
Even when we try to make a safe decision, it ends up being a dangerous decision.
The absurdity of us making.
And when we make dangerous decisions, sometimes they just turn up neutral. Left is right, up is down. Honestly, we're shooting in the dark here.
Honestly, the decisions can be right, the decisions can be wrong. As long as I'm informed and I'm unaffected by the bad decisions.
Okay. I can give you guarantees on the first. From me specifically. But you know that I cannot promise that any decision, good or bad, that we make is not going to have an effect on any of us.
Oh, I know this. I know this for a fact. I'm just saying.
I know.
It's just a statement. However, when it comes to this whip, I do not agree with this. I personally do not. I don't want it. I don't want to touch it.
Okay.
I really don't. I think we should go back and try to have this conversation again with everyone, or at least have this conversation with everyone at another time where we can hash it out. Because right now, Azura may have come to you because she may trust you, but she hasn't come to the rest of us. If she doesn't trust the rest of us, there's no reason why any of us should trust her. Outside of Jessamine, and maybe now you. I said maybe. But
I'll let you in. Not really.
I'm just telling you. She came to you because she trusts you. She opened up to you. She told you shit that she's not going to tell anybody else.
Yes.
So that puts you in a position. Because now you have to convince 3 people who she doesn't trust, and in return are just not going to trust her fully.
Yeah.
So you have to make us trust her when she is, and then make her trust us. You are in one hell of a position.
I know.
And she put you right there in it.
She had a very convincing argument.
She did. She chose one person. Instead of choosing the entire group, she chose one person. One whose heartstrings were the easiest to pull at. Sorry, it's the truth.
Oh, just wait till you find out who told her to do that. But we'll get there once I wake up and we have that morning conversation.
You're gonna
I'm just saying, there was a reason why she came to one person only.
Oh, at some point.
And I will explain it to you. Hopefully
At
not
some
die.
point, yeah. At some point, yeah. Alright, so at that point...
You're right, sir.
It's not going to be easy for you, and I can't sit up here and say that I am fully on board with this idea.
You don't have to trust her. You just... Please just trust me.
I'm only agreeing to this because I don't trust her. And because I don't trust her, that's all the more reason for me to want to find out information about her.
Okay.
I don't trust her. And it is the only reason why I am going along with this asinine idea.
If you could, try not to bring up the fact that you know much about the experimentation in front of us. That's not something that you told me to share, but it's something that I felt necessary to share with you.
I won't say anything because I understand that trust is important, and if she broke down enough to tell you something, that's got to mean something to her.
But I'm not going to keep that information from you.
She needs to not keep that information.
I know. She made a grand point about being told that she needs to start trusting people more. Someone did.
Yes.
It was right after she mentioned the conversation with Garion. I don't know if I can make a connection there.
There's only one way to find out, and we won't find that out until morning.
Yeah, alright.
I'm so glad Puddle's not on the receiving end of this.
I didn't mean to be, but okay.
I did my part.
Yes, you did.
Do not talk to me. Convince these two.
Unfortunately, she set you up with alcohol.
I know she did.
In the conversation she had with me
I missed
privately.
the alcohol part, but I
With
knew it was
alcohol.
being set up in the actual conversation, but I did miss the alcohol 100%.
I wouldn't have gone out. I was almost not going to go out, if not for the rape you're telling me to. Hey. I'll let you know I was heading out when I did.
Now comes the morning.
And so, yeah, I think we pay off the tab, we go up to bed.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
Alright. What is everyone still here when we wake up?
Everybody's still in there?
Alright.
Luke is still passed out, but the cards have now kind of slightly sprawled across the floor.
I'll still be asleep too. I think Aaron, after
All that.
Can I take a look at the cards that were sprawled across the floor?
Yeah.
You're gonna have
They're
to
just her
wake
basic
me
playing
up.
cards.
Oh,
They just
just
kind of
I don't know
fell
if
out
she's
of her
awake.
hand.
That was literally what we just discussed. We're all up now.
Oh no, but Aaron is a heavy sleeper, is what I'm specifying.
Oh, good, then I'm shitting you.
Do you really? It's like I can really wake him up if he wants it.
I already got it up.
Well, get away from me. Bad touch.
No
Are they
touching.
starting early?
What do you need? Why are you being so forceful?
Is Lady Serena?
I mean, you can look over.
Yeah.
Can you wake her up, please?
Are you awake?
Because I'm not waking her up. But you have an RP to do right now because you're looking at the cards. Sorry, I didn't even take over your RP.
No, you're good. It's just.
They're
playing
just her
cards.
normal playing cards.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would be awake. My eyes would be closed, but I would be awake, and I would just kind of peek my eye open.
Yeah, she seems like she's awake.
Excellent.
Funnel's already lighting up.
Brother,
Do we want to join everyone in this?
no, right now, we should probably just have a quick discussion and then we'll join the group.
First out.
We'll join the group and
Yes.
if we just
Okay.
there's some missing information that I feel is needed.
It's kind of so.
I did a bit of divination last night. I haven't had a chance to really talk about it.
Okay, I'll say this: we are in a relatively normal-sized room. Are we just keeping them in a corner?
I mean, here's the deal.
Funnel
not
pulls out a ball,
exactly gonna
throws
do
it in the
that.
corner, and they all go running.
I'm talking about going downstairs, buddy.
Oh, you want
Oh, hey, there's a whole other part of this bar.
So we're leaving. Okay.
We don't. Yeah, we're heading downstairs.
All right.
Or at least I'm heading downstairs.
Okay, I'll join. Do we? Okay. Well,
I'm asking you to join me.
Do I join him?
He wants us to go, so let's just go talk to him.
Okay. Yeah. Let's have a conversation. I love how you're putting us in a public space so you don't get murdered.
I know.
As Funnel's walking down, Sren, you seem a little agitated.
I am.
Oh.
She's reasonably so.
Didn't sleep.
I can imagine why.
I'm going to go straight to the point.
Okay. And are we set a table right now?
Yes.
I would say so.
Are we trying to get the?
I had a conversation with Azra that I prompted myself,
Oh.
and it was entirely based around her opening up a little bit to somebody. Not me, obviously, because I tortured her, and that wasn't ever gonna fly. But I saw the need for her to let somebody in case something happened to her and we were left kind of floundering in an empty space. More think of it like a safety catch, really. And after various conversations, I get the feeling that she came to Brother Aaron over here and chose him. So, I prompted this whole thing, and the reason is she can't trust all of us. Think about it this way: you're asking someone who is incredibly traumatized to try to trust a whole group of people. So no, but one person, yes, and that one person can in turn convince others to also trust, and in turn open up pathways to let her a little bit further into the group. But she needs help. She needs someone on her side, and the person she chose was Brother Aaron.
He's going to be looking at you with some sort of analytical panic in his eyes.
Right.
Because he's trying to figure out. So judging by the distance from Serin and him,
Just
the
stay right here.
Root's probably
Wait, there's one more. You gotta stay right there. Unfortunately, I just kind of like.
He's like trying to piece together where he's going to need to patch you up.
Yeah.
Like,
Last little bit.
If he ducks away, the cut's not going to be too deep. I can probably get in there.
I did do a bit of divination last night, and I.
Oh, his head's going to be going off. Oh,
with
fuck.
some help from my goddess, that whip has another place in it that's not occupied by the evil deity of awfulness.
Aaron's going to visibly yelp.
Oh! And it's a place where I feel like we could probably safely exist while not being magically or otherwise tracked from outside sources, and thereby have a conversation that would facilitate a better understanding of the situation that we are currently in. That's it. That's what I got.
We don't have. Let's. Okay.
So Brother Aaron is our lead into this, but I back him fully on the need to, unfortunately, give careful, restricted access to the whip for certain activities that are required to move us forward in the investigation and to allow trust to grow and foster between various members of our party that have stayed on the fringes up until this moment.
Okay, I understand, but you don't have to kill him. You could just give him like a light stab.
You gotta understand that was pretty good. I should give him a diplomacy roll for that one.
You could give him a light. You don't have to.
So I'm telling you this information because I feel like if I just kind of held on to it, it would eventually burn me.
Okay.
So we all need to convince Brother Thunnel, unfortunately, that this whip needs to be under restricted access and careful consideration used by Azra to allow us to exist in this extra special place to talk.
Let me just pause you there. I am not the first one at the table you need to convince. In fact, I am the last stop on this little
I'm aware of
adventure.
that, but I want you to know that I am backing him because his deity is backing him, and I back his deity. And honestly, you kind of should too, because our goddess backs his deity 100%.
Let me think about that. No.
I understand that, but I can tell you from a
We need him alive.
From a higher power perspective, that his deity did not lie to him when he communed with him.
Basically, what he said is, stab me, stab me, stab me,
Yeah,
stab me
but
right now.
You, as
I
Logan
did
doesn't,
something
but you
wrong.
exist in a world of gods that actually do
But I can
exist.
promise
So
you
knowing that a
that
good
he's
god
amazing.
actually did say this carries a tiny bit of weight, even if you hate the gods. You understand that he's not lying, and you understand that bit, even if you don't trust anything else.
To be 100% honest with you right now at this table,
I know. I'm letting him do the Serene thing. I've already said my
does
piece.
not-
Yeah,
yeah.
I've said my piece. I said my piece.
We? Like, you can step out.
I
I'm
put
gonna
my
stay
arm
here and
around.
I'm gonna
I put my
listen.
arm around
No,
Brother
I mean,
Aaron.
not like.
Brother Aaron, come back.
Don't touch. I don't want to be associated right
It's a
now.
little too late for that.
I don't. Okay. He's grabbing
Your
me.
association.
You wanna
So you'll look over. You'll see Aaron uncomfortably smiling.
Friendly petting him.
Are you like shifting me in front of you?
Subtly, yes. Sleight of hand, if you will.
Okay.
I'm just sitting behind Aaron, kind of like,
Please don't stab him now.
Serene, I just want you to know.
Okay. Yeah. No, we're doing
I
this.
just want you to know.
Uh-huh.
Yes, so that's how that played out. But you are well, you are fully informed, and that is unfortunately the lay of the land, as it's been seen.
Srin, I know this is presenting itself as a challenge of how far you can go to hurt him without hurting me. And I know there might be some risk that you're willing to take on that one. I really don't want to get stabbed.
Okay.
A single tear rolls down Aaron's face.
Okay. So once again, we find ourselves in a situation that seems we have to do. And this is becoming some of new news to me. After all of the events have been pretty much solidified.
While you're
How is it possible that you two get wrangled by the same fucking pussy?
No.
I'm gonna elbow into Gary and
Actually,
How is it that the same woman fucked you both?
Shut the fuck up. You don't even talk about anything. Let her speak.
I just.
She needs to get this out.
She set you guys both up.
Yep. No.
Did she not set you up, Gary?
Yep, nope.
Gary, you will say
There
yes.
are two schools of thought on that. I was set up with the alcohol. Yes. I was not set up with the other pieces of it because I prompted the other pieces of
You
myself.
You did.
That
and
was completely by me because I needed the end.
trust me, I have taken that note down, Garion. That note is down. Matter of fact, it's highlighted
I don't
and
like
bulleted
Azra. Azra
down.
doesn't like me, so it had to be somebody else. But no one, I had to get her to open up to somebody.
Okay, and that's fine. That's fine. Once again, I'm not really all too upset with what has transpired. I'm upset that I'm finding out now. So why did you go on your own authority and go talk to her without telling me this was going to happen, not understanding the effects of what was going to happen afterwards?
The very thing that you didn't want Oscar to do.
So you sat here, thank you, Azra, the very thing you didn't want her to do.
Azra.
Yes.
We're still having this conversation.
No,
It's
she's
downstairs.
upstairs.
She's upstairs?
Oh,
She's
yeah.
upstairs.
I forgot we went downstairs. Okay, fine.
Yeah, that's what I was
But even
concerned about.
still-
Because like Azra just sitting there. Hey, yeah.
Is that really okay?
Oh, shit.
Hold up. Is that really so surprising considering how many times she's fucking
No, I was
Houdini'd
gonna go
on
along
us?
with it. I was
Like,
gonna-
how many times she's freaking Houdini'd on us? Anywho. So, but still. Yeah. I don't like the fact that you decided to have this conversation without mentioning it to anybody. And you didn't really think about how you did. Oh, did you think?
Yeah.
Just not that far.
No, I thought that far ahead. My problem with bringing it up to all of you as an actual group would have been the moment it got out into the group as a public statement, Oscar would have clammed up like a mollusk.
Do you think I'm not talking about the other group. Who do you call the leader, Darian?
Yeah, but my problem with going with there is you guys were having the most ridiculous conversation downstairs, and I didn't exactly know how to bust in there and be like, by the way, we need to have a very serious conversation upstairs, but only one of us can go. The rest of us have to stay down here. There wasn't a real easy way to ease that in there, and I had the moment to have my conversation separate to allow this to happen. Now, she needed to only unfortunately be around one other person that she trusted. Having Lady Luck in the room allowed that to actually happen. Had there been more people in the room, this would never be a conversation. The information would not be rolling out of us, and we would unfortunately be suddenly where we are. Now, I understand that the way I did it was slightly underhanded, and I will not do that again in the future. But I did see an opportunity, and I did take the moment as I saw it, and I did gamble a little bit that it was going to turn out good, and it hasn't turned out terrible. So I understand where you're angry with this. Going forward, I will promise you this much. When I do decide to make something in the meantime, I will talk to one of the two of you first. Now, hear me out. The reason I'm going to talk to you first is because I tend to be around you a lot more than I tend to be around Sarin. And you're actually, it sounds we're close to at least being someone who can tell me to shut the fuck up when it happens, and I'll listen to you. Or I will tell you if you're readily available. But I don't think I'm ever going to interrupt you to be like, hey, by the way, I'm about to go have a Secret Service conversation. However, if you had been there, yes. Now, that's on me. Going forward, I will make sure to communicate with you better. Can't be magically, but...
High five, man. High five.
Can we just use can, by the way? Without being... Do we have items that allow us to talk to each other remotely without magic interaction?
No.
We
don't have like rings or anything like that yet?
We
No.
do.
I don't know.
We got them
No, that was...
in the Elven town.
Okay.
They allowed us to speak to specific people. Do we
that's
have
right,
them
they
anymore?
were.
No.
No.
Because
never mind then.
yours went to Norhig, and yours we had to give to Azra's dad.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
The buddy rings.
Alright, so...
We should get those
So...
And he promises not to do it anymore.
Really? Not going to. I'm not going to.
Let me just say, the next time something like this, something similar like this happens, Sarin will not be the leader, because Sarin won't be in the group. Sarin will leave. Let me just be clear with that. Sarin will leave.
He's gonna slide away slowly from Gary.
Outside of game, that means Jerica's making a new character.
Hello?
I'm being serious. Like, at this point, I have to go by what Sarin is not well. She is chaotic neutral. She will do what is best for her. At this point, y'all are causing her so much mental stress by not saying anything to her. She is very, very ready to just walk.
Ooh, you being chaotic neutral means I'm definitely going to have problems telling you that.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, you guys are going to cause her to walk at some point because she just...
Yeah, but you're insane.
Yeah, which means I don't give a shit about any of you guys but myself.
Why
so
would
if
they
you
think
guys...
they heard the leader?
Why did we? Why did we?
Why have I been
Thank you.
saying this
We
for
have
the
now
entire
fucking campaign. We have reached Jerica's point. We have arrived at the conclusion that she's been screaming at us since the beginning.
Since what was that first date that you put?
She said, I don't want to be leader. Why did you make me leader? And then we all go,
Can I?
she is the one.
She is the leader.
Can we change that?
All hail Sarin.
Technically.
Anna, can we change that? Honestly, from just a lagging perspective, you are the worst possible person.
I have
in
been
the
trying
party.
to say that. I don't know why everybody just now is catching up.
I've been hearing you saying it. Unfortunately, I've been thinking you as a person didn't want to do it, not your character. Now I'm understanding why your character can't be a leader. I never realized the alignment thing too. I didn't realize what your alignment was, or I didn't pay attention.
I've known
My
this.
fault.
I've known this since 2020, like almost 2022.
Okay.
We've had conversations about this since I joined the game.
As a party, I'm putting out a new vote. Can we vote someone else to be the leader of this party so we don't crack? The one person of our party who doesn't want to be it. Let's take her name out of the nomination entirely. Siri no longer counts as a party member.
Do you know
to be a leader?
No, because I'm telling you, so you're gonna push Seren
Let her
out.
No,
be
Aaron is
shit.
asking because I don't.
Let her be a thief, let her stab people, let her do whatever she wants to do, but don't force her to be a leader.
It's not.
No, I realize that.
Yeah, I mean, out of game, he's right. It is not the smartest idea for you guys to sit here and continuously let me make the decisions for you.
Going to drive her out.
Because exactly. I will leave. I will at some point either kill all of you or I will leave.
Hey now.
Exactly. So you need to. I'm choosing the lesser of two evils here. I would leave.
Recommendation?
Is it with Aaron?
Is one of these two.
Was it Wesley Snipes where he's in like the suit
I
holding
was-
the gun out,
Oh God.
looking away?
Can I
because he
take my
doesn't
own
want
name
to
out of the pot?
No.
No.
I mean, you can if you don't want to be the leader. We're not going to force it on anyone.
If you don't want to be the leader, then
Yeah.
Or,
I'm fine with it.
or there's 3 of you remaining.
I know. This is my vote. My vote were
Nominate.
these two right here.
Or well,
Oh!
4 of you remaining.
If I am voted, I'm fine with it. It's whatever.
I was honestly.
And I think I would also be fine with it.
let's just think about this logically.
Yeah, I think I understand where you're coming from, and you know what? I will listen. All I'm saying is, one of us has committed arson,
And the other one is clinically insane.
I'm not clinically insane. I haven't even seen a doctor about it.
You've been tortured. You wore a mask that drove you insane.
If anything, I think that adds to the accolades of my achievements.
That's no better than me being leader.
I think either.
No, well,
No.
See the problem?
Jericho, that's a
So-
conversation to you. He's not here.
Shall we do a vote?
There's always the option, and then pulls it over.
here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
His character is good.
Neutral.
If he's neutral.
Yeah.
Oh, him good. He's
Oh,
good.
him.
Yes.
I thought- I missed it, sorry.
His character is good. So I feel like we're gonna run into the same problem as we're gonna run into Seren. You're eventually gonna break him because we're all neutral. Or chaotic neutral to some degree. We're gonna fuck him up more than he already is. Thunnel is neutral. He has a somewhat logical mind, and fortunately for him, he's had enough character growth to where he just doesn't hit things first and ask questions later.
Burning in the forge of creation, burning my
Yeah, he's learned some lessons.
Yeah.
Seeing everything and then being contacted by
And
God being like,
he would probably have the most experience with the group
I
overall
like
because
you.
he's
We're
been
having
around.
soft tacos later.
He's been around everybody the most.
got drafted by the God of Redemption and the Holy Fire.
Yeah. Like
Our
if,
first pick.
if I had to throw a name, it would be Thunnel. Based off of character, it would be Thunnel. Personally. But that's just because, like I said, if we picked Aaron, the rest of the group, we run into the same issues with Seren. He would either have to change his alignment like Garion, and everybody would become neutral, which would kind of just lead to the evil campaign all over again.
No, because I can't. Neutral keeps a balance. So good, and you would do evil things and good things. So
Okay,
think about how
yeah, and
you choose
Solara was
Yeah.
neutral, and you saw how well that went for her.
Yeah, but it's because she actually tried to become good. I'm not actually trying to become good, and neither is he. So if he's staying true neutral, then he has the ability to dance back and forth between them, which means if evil acts get committed, they won't affect him, as long as he can balance them with good acts.
So, just saying, I mean, I'm pretty sure my alignment is shifting towards lawful.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Because I literally swore to follow a God of Redemption, and then I
Repentance.
also took a vow
Yes.
punishing myself to stay within the limits of the rules,
You are practically a paladin inside the class of a monk.
but
Yeah.
still neutral.
Yeah.
It won't be for long though.
Yeah, well, it'll be lawful neutral.
That's not good. That means we have to follow the laws of any land we're in.
Yes. Regardless of any moral.
Correct.
Or just
Yes.
not get
Well,
caught.
Not get caught.
doing
We just can't get
Yeah.
caught.
Because you're not good, you're neutral.
Always
Yes.
get caught.
So you have to follow the law or not get caught. But the problem is if we get caught, you will follow the law. Meaning if someone gets caught stealing, you're not going to go out of your way to save them. If the law says that person gets arrested.
I'll say this, Because
Lawful's a
I
really
think
weird trait to have.
you're not wrong when it comes to how the group. Excuse me. Dr. Kasha is really good.
Thank you.
It's like got like sort of like a nice pizza crust is what it's making me think of.
So we ending on Donald?
I think.
Are you okay with
What's your alignment?
chaotic neutral?
No.
You're a neutral character
She's
too.
evil. She's fucking not evil. She's psychotic, just like this one.
She's been trapped in a room.
Yeah.
I don't think
A
that
room
you'll
with rats.
break
Shut
Aaron
up, room.
the way that Seren got
The rats
broken.
make me crazy.
I think
not
you
the
would
way
I
that
think
I
you
would
would be
get broken.
affected, but it wouldn't affect you.
Like
in
if
the
someone
exact
grapples
way.
me.
Well, that's what I said. Either your alignment's going to have to change, or if you're gonna stick
get
with
a
your
ring of
alignment,
rats.
you're gonna
Go.
drive yourself
literally
crazy.
You can't compromise the way. As a good.
I
Like,
literally
yeah, no, I
know
think
it.
if anything, it would. Aaron's chaotic because he's young. His youth is the chaos that he brings.
Mm-hmm.
The alignment would shift more towards neutral good, if anything.
But my point is, even if it's good, anything good, like that good is going to be wiped out with this party.
No, she's not wrong.
Yeah,
It will
because
be.
I'm gonna be honest with you. My guess here is that we're gonna have to fight in some gray areas here. We're gonna have to do some stuff that's not so good to really get ahead right now. You know, I'm not saying let's burn some more. You know.
But we might be
yeah,
compromising morals left here and there in order to get the
Right.
information we need.
Right.
So what I'm seeing here personally,
Okay.
what I'm seeing here is we can switch leaders, but we're gonna run into the same issues that I personally feel like with Seren. Or we could just work on talking as a group.
The problem with that is mechanically you don't work as a leader. And we can keep you as one, and we're going to, because it's the easiest option to take right now. But we will have to work on that later on down the road as a party.
Yeah.
Because mechanically you don't work as a leader. And either chaotic neutrals don't work as leaders.
Yes, right.
I've been trying to say this
Yeah, I
for
know, I'm
so
sorry.
long.
Yes,
Not even thinking of like alignment wise, but like thinking about what decisions and what things have been done in the past several sessions. My vote, if we were to change, would be Fennel, because I feel like he has been someone who has made very pivotal decisions for us as a whole, even though it, like himself, but like it includes all of us as a
Maybe
group. He has
Funnel.
made
Done.
several pivotal decisions that
Well,
so far haven't fucked us up, but
the
like
pivotal decisions have been put in front of him.
correct, and he's had to choose. But
Where wouldn't he have to choose?
Do you choose Donald?
Nor have you
Oh, I
just saying,
could've-
because the thing with Serena, she doesn't give a shit.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
she wants to be informed, and that's totally understandable being a leader. But if she doesn't want it and doesn't want to have these decisions and make these decisions and literally just doesn't give a fuck enough to like
Donald
breathe.
wins.
I think mechanically,
Donald
is
also
that
wins.
base?
No. This is literally someone who's going to be making party level decisions. Face can be whoever's right in the moment.
Yeah.
We're dealing with a psychopath, it's these two. We're dealing with religious, it's going to be one of us. We're dealing with a fighter, it's going to be Norgay.
Yeah.
But the point being, he is the person when we have an in-house party decision to make, and we have to, as a party, decide to do something, he's going to be the final decision making, and we're all just hem-hawing about.
Because
Yeah, that makes more sense.
If you haven't noticed, up until very, 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 very recently, when y'all come to Seren about a plan, she's like, okay.
Yeah.
She lets you guys do whatever the fuck
he's
you
gonna
want.
be the one
As long as
that's
she's
gonna help us
not
out.
getting out too badly at the end.
And even lawful neutral is still not a bad leader to have with chaotics and neutrals in the
I'm not
party.
lawful yet.
No, I know. But even when you become lawful neutral, it won't be awful to have as a
True
chaotic
neutral.
party level. So I'm down with Funnel
What
100%.
an insane party comp we have. We have true neutral, chaotic neutral, chaotic neutral, chaotic neutral, chaotic good.
Yeah.
So I think, okay, so if it's gonna be
Alright.
funnel, then I think
Evil.
that you and I can plan out an
Yeah,
RP
evil.
session
There we go.
where Seren can talk to you about whatever stresses that she's having, and she can either,
Yeah.
we can work that out.
Yep.
Perfect. Later on down the road, we're like, good, I'm glad. Alright.
Alright, there we go. We worked that one out.
I'm glad we didn't stab Gary.
I am
Glad we
too.
didn't stab Garion, But as far as like back in game, as far as Seren goes, she's just gonna be like, so it seems like we have to deal with this damn whip.
Yeah.
And it seems like there is a safer way to deal with the whip that's not so detrimental to us. Correct? Is that what I'm gathering?
Yes.
Okay. So. Okay. So. Why are we doing this? Just as a question, generally, why are we trying to gain information on Azura exactly? Like, what? I mean, obviously, I know why I'm doing it. I don't trust her.
So, it's part of it, from my perspective, as a character, is we don't.
I'm in game, by the way.
Oh, cool.
This is Seren asking.
Excellent. None of us trust her, and that's the problem here. We need something concrete and honest out of her in a way that will convince us that she is here for the betterment of the group, even if those reasons are selfish for herself. As long as she is here for the betterment of the group, we can open up a little door and be like, welcome in. We can trust you with that. You're at least going to better us. This also allows us later on down the road, when trivial pieces of information come up that we need to talk about with Azra and other people in the group, we can do so in a way that doesn't allow this information to leak out to other individuals. Furthermore, if it does, it validates the presence of either a mole or some sort of connection between Azra and the outside world that even a plane shift can't block. These are a variety of ways. Furthermore, in the last bit, part of the conversation I had with her is going to be about a conversation I'm going to have with Brother Aaron here. About helping work out what's currently tracking her. Is it magical means? Is it a psychic mean? Is it some means of an item? Is it something she's using? She won't trust me to use magic. She will trust you. And so I'm in a conversation with you about what magic is going to require and what items are going to require in order to start testing certain theories about why she seems to always have an evil eye sitting on her.
Okay. I'll also note, at least for what we can get out of it, it's more information on the asylum.
It's more information on the asylum, it's more information on Azra, and it's more information that can help us make better decisions about the Seven. We don't really know anything about the Seven. We've been given a piece of information we can't really work with. We need some connections. Something solid that we can go, shit, we need to do this, we can go here. Furthermore, we need to understand the end game, the current end game. It might not be the end game that she's pushing for fully, but we need to understand what her route to the end game is in case she disappears. If for whatever reason she gets kidnapped, vanished, something happens, we are left floundering without understanding her connection to this.
What is the end game?
We don't know, that's the point. That's the conversation we need to have with her. And it doesn't need to be the real end game of it. We need to know with her why she's helping us, why she's connected to us, and she can't talk about that stuff without having some sort of protection up. So this is her way of talking about it with a protection up. Yeah.
You'll probably know, even though he mentioned that how she's connected to us, and Aaron knows this because he told you. We know that at least directly or indirectly, isn't it that Azra was one of the ones who blinded you?
To develop the drug.
She developed the drug.
In some way or fashion, Azra has caused all of us to suffer in some manner. And has brought us all to this exact point.
So we need to have a conversation with her about this.
And you heard the conversation that I had with her up until...
I don't know what you're talking about.
So, Aaron doesn't know this, but I know this. You heard the conversation up until she pulled out the...
It was a cigarette for her.
No, it was after. There was at some point where she started to go into her personal
reasoning. And you were like, I'm cutting out. You got what you needed.
Yeah.
Okay.
French toast?
I determined that it wasn't dangerous to you, so.
Oh, you do care.
No, I don't. In fact, I was told to do it.
Tomato, tomato.
Yeah.
You want a new shower?
Yeah, no, I mean...
Possibly in a moment when she's done with it.
Alright. So are we all in agreement that we need to do the whip thing?
I think we're in agreement that we do need to do that.
So how do we go? So how do we go about it, and what happens when we go inside the whip?
Those are conversations we have to have with Azra after we talk to Brother Tom.
That's for conversations we need to have with everyone.
I mean, I'm sitting right here.
Oh, brother Funnel, yes. The conversation we had. I thought you were still upstairs. My apologies.
I was just sitting at the table the whole time.
Anyways, brother Funnel, so
I'd rather not be nominated. His opinion doesn't matter. Let's talk about it by yourself.
This is our leader.
The conditions have been met. For
Learn
your
nothing from the first
conditions,
experience.
the convincing of Sovereign and I has come to fruition. That the whip needs to be used for this. We need to talk about conditions and restrictions and safeties we might be able to put into play on this. And we need to talk to Azra about how this is going to work.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Welcome, leader.
I mean,
Easy.
I didn't say just because he.
I understood
you
that.
two-
I'm telling you
he's
that
leading
the
now.
conditions. No,
yeah, that hasn't happened yet.
I'm saying the conditions that you gave
Why'd you
have
say that?
initially been met, so now that we can come and talk to you. Not that you were now to initially give the whip up.
Yeah.
We can now have the conversation.
Yeah.
And we'll probably end up doing that next game because it's going to be an RP, long RP, I imagine.
Aaron whispers to Seren, I heard him call Funnel leader. You gonna do something?
Sorry about that. She's like, no. Fuck it.
I'm not gonna do it.
She lets go.
The weight is gone.
you feel a weight on top of you as you drift backwards.
Yeah, just like
No, I don't care.
I'm not gonna do anything about that.
Actually,
That's the second
I don't
time
give a
somebody.
shit.
That's the second time a character's asked Seren, is she gonna do something about what's happening in front of her?
The answer's
But
no.
I do have another question, another route that we can work out here right now. We've got time. The Alchemist.
We should talk to everyone about that when we're back in the room.
The Alchemist?
Who the fuck are
We
you?
need to find. It's me, Aaron. You stupid son of a bitch.
Swear, I think it's a doppelganger.
Quick,
No,
slap him.
I'm about to stab you.
No, it is me, Aaron. Your very good cleric friend.
I start chanting and a ball of heat starts forming. I'm going to burn him.
Oh.
Yeah.
so I think that's a conversation that we should have with everyone once we get back to the room. I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, this is in... Oh wait, you were there with... Yes, I was there in the conversation. I was included, so I do know this. I'm not making hypotheses. This is something we need to find out in relation to what's going on with the drugs.
Yes, I feel like an alchemist could definitely help us either distill out what's in that alcohol into something that we can identify correctly, or distill out into that alcohol something that we can then use to create a reactionary drug too.
And I think definitely we probably need to talk to either Lady Luck or Osra about it.
Yes.
They have connections down here. We can probably get them connected with a good underground alchemist. Or Topsy, which we need to do tomorrow too. Which we need to talk about with everyone again.
Wouldn't it be today?
Oh, it is today.
It is
Today, too.
To pay off.
And we need to make sure we go before closing hours, so that has to be around 5.
What time is it right now?
Right now, I'd probably say 10:30
AM or
a.m. You guys have woken up, started getting your day ready.
I know! We spent the whole day just bullshitting and drinking. Holy shit, the night has come!
By the time y'all had that conversation, fighting over who was going to be leader, the discussion.
Well, we haven't had the fight over who's going to be leader yet in the game.
And why is it gonna be a fight?
It's gonna be an easy, peaceful transition of power.
But
What?
Fight for leadership, no?
It's going to be.
What
Should we
fight?
be leader still?
No. Donald, you're
Donald,
leader
you're
now.
leader.
Fuck!
The weight descends on your shoulders.
Yeah, man.
And in the corner going,
No, but we should go back upstairs. We should in-game have a conversation with everyone about. So we need to figure out what we're doing with the whip. We need to figure out about an alchemist for the drugs. We need to figure out who's going to be making contact in the law enforcement
Department?
department.
I'll do that.
We can. Well, you're associated with us. It might be better if we have Jessamine
We
or
need to figure out
Lauren
the
or.
overall game plan. I am so lost on what the hell to do in order to actually beat this
That's
game.
part of
And
the
we need to-
conversation we're gonna have in the.
And yeah,
in the
and
whip.
we need to figure out what that's going to be doing in the whip. Which means we're gonna be needing to figure out what we're doing with the drugs.
Yeah, which is why we're gonna go to an alchemist. We're gonna have to
Tommy
win.
just ripped too.
We're actually gonna do like a meat fork, 2 prongs, and try to stab this in 2 areas. See if we can get this right.
We can figure out what's going on. Why is this connected to the Yellow King?
Yeah.
What does Clara have to do with it?
And if we can figure out a way of tracing drugs, we can figure out how to get back to one of the ringleaders. Once we get one of the ringleaders, we can get more information on the next one, and then we can just roll that whole wall down.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. We got a plan of action. It only took 3 whole sessions of RP to get there.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes we're playing that for a second to come together.
Dude, it's so much better.
But when it comes together, fuck yeah.
We've been wandering without a plan of action this whole fucking
Yes, we have one now.
It did not take 3.
Shush. We have one now. Let's focus on that.
I said 3 sessions of RP.
Let's focus on the positive, guys. So we got here.
We got here. We did it. Yes, we did
The
it.
trip was so long, my butt hurts now.
That's your favorite reason.
Get out of the car. Whoa.
Alright. Well, cool. Alright, we have a game plan. Very good.
So, do we have time to do the RP right now?
There's about 15-20 minutes. The only reason why I'm calling it AI Open in the morning. It is also St. Patrick's Day, so I want everybody to be cautious and try and by the time. Yeah, because I know other people have a little bit of a drive.
They're celebrating today.
That's why I'm like, they're celebrating. The bars are gonna close at 3.
Yep.
I want everybody to start heading home
No,
and
it's a
being
great
safe by
fucking
that.
decision.
That's smart.
So,
Be safe, everyone. Be well.
do you want to hit it a shatter?
Get a clean piece if you want it.
Here.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I'll just heat it real quick. I want Evan.
Fuck me.
Oh man.
That was a good session.
Wow.
That was
you guys
really
are
good, actually.
actually gonna give it back.
We got plans and everything, and
I started writing down notes.
The first one was a nat 20. The last one was a nat 20. It started with a nat 20, ended with a nat 20. That's the only reason why you pretty much lost that.
Like
for
so many years
what?
to get to this point.
For the first.
we're here now. We focus on the
For
positive.
the
I thought you got an 18 and 8 and an 18.
the very first one that she did before that was a 20.
Ever
20.
since
Yeah,
I
she started with a nat
you started
20.
looking at me over this far.
She started with a nat 20 and
The
then
first one of that
She's the
run
leader.
of the 4.
Wasn't
Now
The
you
initial
understand
though was a nat
why
20.
Seren looked very
Yeah,
shocked with
the
the bag
beginning-
of money.
Oh,
the
that's
beginning
why you
start-
because you didn't tell me about the nat 20. You
Yes.
told me the 18 and the 18.
Yeah, you would already start.
Money,
Okay.
money leader.
You'll probably still manage the money because I can't.
It's like tiny.
Oh, I'm going to get you a quartermaster sign. You're going to be the quartermaster of the party now. You gave up leadership, but you're still a noble.
You
You're a
need
quartermaster
leader.
now.
Leader, quartermaster.
I know, scribe.
Scribe.
You're doing good.
Aaron's not the scribe.
You
We got
are.
3 more.
Aiden
two
is
more
the scribe
positions.
for the campaign.
Yes, I know.
Aaron is not the
No.
scribe for the party.
But yeah, and then we got
That's
the
why we
quartermaster.
got
It's
Stan.
great.
That will go to you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, it's done. Okay.
Welcome to leadership.
Yeah, don't forget
It
your
doesn't bother
name.
me.
It bothers his funnel.
I don't really think it would.
Probably
I mean, for
gonna
how
be,
much Thunnel
you know,
has like
combat. However,
jump, leech, and
It
It
stride.
would-
it
It
wouldn't bother
wouldn't
some.
bother old
Okay.
Thunnel. This Thunnel, not so much.
That's why
This funnel's like a.
he's made
Spin is
enough
the word for
character
hot.
development to
Okay.
really like take on that role. Thunnel has learned. He's an
and
older Thunnel.
next
a more
week
evolved
everybody is
Thunnel.
going to be here.
A wiser
I'm
Thunnel.
not going to be.
And a
I'm
wiser
I'm not here.
Thunnel.
Okay, I am though, so
Okay.
I will play your character.
What's going on now?
As a heads up,
You can't manage my chaos.
I have, for myself, people gave me tickets to the Renaissance Festival. I am going that Saturday morning with a group of my friends / regulars. If other people would like to go and create a big group out of it and have a blast,
When is it? This next Saturday?
it's this next Saturday coming up, the 23rd. So if you guys want to come, there is that open invite.
Might have planned for my parents, but if I don't, then yes, I do want to come.
Okay, I was
I'll
like,
find out
it's just,
midweek.
it's open. Tickets are $25 a piece. You're welcome to come. Pre-game in the parking lot.
Also, Melissa wants to know, do you guys want to come to the belly dancing place, the Greek place that we go to?
Sure.
It's really fucking cool, actually. The girl, she like plays the fire and everything. It's actually a lot of fun to sit there.
Sure.
The food's really good too.
Okay.
Cool. So we're planning on going that somewhere during this week, so we'll make you guys out
Bye.
to that. Alright. You guys have to go there. So.
Yeah, just let us know.
Yeah, so,
Wednesdays right now for me are a no-go because I'm in a dart league. So, for like the next 4 months.
Yeah.
So. Y'all get home safe, please.
Please.
Drive safe.
Put in chat when you guys are safe.
I would say take home some bread too, but if you want focaccia bread, please.
I love focaccia bread.
I just made that
It's
today.
really fucking good.
That is fucking nice. I've been dying to take a bite of it. I just didn't know if you had bought it.
No, that's homemade.
Oh motherfucker, yeah. I have my bread here. I'll eat all the shit.
Bye.